The realtor shirt. My phone number on it.
The Real Estate Closers Club.
Yeah. Yeah. Always closing club. We're live?
We're live.
What's up, boys?
Hi, baby.
We got Jake Damelio, my boy, on here, and Jack. How do you say the last name again?
Donlon.
Jack Donlon. Jake Damelio and Jack Donlon's on the pod. What's up, boys?
What's going on, man? We're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for
You ready?
having
You
us.
nervous?
A little bit. I mean, listen, I got
We got
some
the live
followers
going.
tuned in here, but you know,
We got the engineer. We got the whole setup.
we're ready
We're
to
ready
go.
to
What are you boys up to? What do you got going on? Run me through. Who is Jake Damelio? Where's Jake Damelio at right now? What's your life like? What's a day to day like?
So you want the story from start to finish?
Give me it, bro. I don't know you. Who are you?
Grew up in a small town called Rumson, New Jersey. Raised by my parents, Pat and Kit. Started playing football, baseball growing up. Super small town. Jack grew up there as well. You know, always was like a little bubble of a town. You know, so everyone knew everyone. Everyone was in each other's business. You know, the whole nine. Played high school football. Actually ended up getting into some trouble in high school. Had to leave. You know, I actually had to go. I went in Nassau Community College up in Long Island.
Can we talk about what kind of trouble you got into?
We'll leave that to the side.
It's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation. But listen, you know, it made me who I am today. I ended up playing college football for 2 years. Ended up dropping out. School was never for me. Like, I would literally just fucking be in the class, dude, thinking about how to make money. What's my next exit strategy? Dad was giving me $100-200 a week. I was that white kid at the school, you know, like, quote unquote had money. I had no fucking money, you know, like trying to find a way. Am I going to play Division I college football? You know, what's my next move? Ended up leaving school. One of my buddies, Thomas, he went to the University of Utah, hit me up. I was like, yo, come out to Utah and come like ski. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any money. I needed a direction to go. I was like, listen, I'm just going to go. So I ended up going out there. I stayed there for 1 year. I actually ended up working on the mountain as a lifty, like snowboarding.
What age are you at this point? How old are you?
19, like 20.
So for those people that probably see your Instagram and all the shit you post, you didn't come from money. You guys
No,
started
dude,
from the bottom.
I started from the bottom. My dad worked for Public Works. You know, my mom was a flight attendant. I started from the bottom. You know, so everything I've gotten to this day, I've kind of earned myself. So I ended up going out there. I snowboarded. About 6 months in, I met my wife now. Her name is Mika. We ended up, you know, being together and whatnot. And, you know, I went back there another season. She went back again. And, you know, we just kind of hit it off very well. And I was like, yeah, this is the girl that's for me. Like,
That's dope,
this is
bro.
my wife.
From the beginning, too. That's...
And then the whole thing happened. I tore my ACL snowboarding. So I was like, all right, what am I supposed to do now? I needed to make money. Like, I didn't have a choice. Like, my parents weren't giving me money. Like, I was hustling out there. I mean, I was selling fucking weed. Anything I could do to, like, make money, I was fucking doing it. So I ended up coming home. I had to get ACL surgery. I'd say 2-3 months after I got ACL surgery, I started doing construction. I was like, dude, fuck this. Like, I can't do this. I need to make money. All my friends, and like I said, I grew up in a town where, like, it was money or nothing. Like, you're not...
It's a very affluent area. A lot
Yeah.
of families come with generational wealth. You know, the son works for the father worked for the grandfather, stuff like that.
Stuff
so
like
on.
that. Yeah,
You know,
so...
it was a different... He was one of the only kids, and I can say this as a very close friend of his, who truly had the hustler mentality. And no matter what, no matter the connections he had or didn't have, he knew he was always going to be successful because he worked harder than anyone I've ever known.
And that's
So-
the key, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you know, working hard is the key factor to it, and we'll get to that. After I was doing that fucking construction gig, my buddy hits me up like 3 months later. He's like, hey, listen, like, come try this out in the city. Like, come sell money. I'm like, bro, like...
Are you still in Miami? Are you in Miami?
No,
at this
I'm in
point, or you're
Jersey. I'm in Jersey. I flew back to Jersey. He's like, yo, come sell money. I'm like, dude, like, I can't go to Wall Street. I don't have a fucking degree. Like, what am I supposed to do going in there? So I end up going in. I get to the floor, bro. There's literally like 300 sales reps. Like some straight Wolf of Wall Street shit. Like, fuck you. Like, fucking pick up the, like, crazy nonsense going on. I walk in, I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm like shitting my pants. So I go, I do the interview. He's like, did you bring a resume? I'm like, dude, I don't have a fucking resume. I'm like, well, dude, I don't have anything. I've worked construction. I don't have a college degree. Like, I'll tell you that I'm going to work my dick off. Like, for sure, I'll give you that. So the first day I get there, and we'll make this quick, I hit the phones, calling these people. I'm calling business owners to sell them money, which we'll get to, you know, with what I do.
Right.
And I called this one guy. I remember my first call like it was yesterday, bro. I call this fool, and I'm like, Hey, Bob, what's going on? It's Jake over at Premium Merchant Funding. That was where I started my career. All respect to them. They're a killer of a shop. I have nothing against them. They might not like me, but I definitely have respect for them. But I call this one guy, like, hey, Bob, what's going on? I'm like, I didn't have any idea what to say. I didn't know interest rates. I didn't know factors. I didn't know anything about APRs, like none of that. So I ended
These are
up,
people that don't even want to borrow money, right? Or they're people
Listen,
that could use it.
people that could use it for sure, but like you're cold calling. I have a fucking sheet, like a piece of paper that I have to call, and I'm like, so I don't know what I'm fucking doing.
So there was no CRM, there was no dialer. It was
I had like an old school phone, and listen, I'm making it sound like it was the 1980s. Like, but a lot has changed in the last like 5 years since I've been doing it. They have auto dialers now. I mean everything. So I end up doing that for like 6 months. I get pretty good at it. I made nothing. And keep in mind, I'm living on my own, and I'm on the job on the weekend. I'm valeting cars just to get by to pay for the boat. Every chance I had to sneak onto the boat, I would do it. Because like the boat was like $40 round trip. It would pick you up in Atlantic Islands and would take you right to Water Street, right at the drop off. So I would go and walk right to my office, and then, so listen, that ended up not working out. The guys were dicks. I wasn't making money. Only the top earners were getting paid. I met this one fool, which I'll get to, who was one of my partners and best friends to this day. His name's Mike Anteby. He's on the boat with me. I see him. He's just, dude, this guy's ripping darts. Like, he is like literally like, and he's huge. He lost a ton of weight now. This guy's like 400 pounds, sitting in the corner of the boat, just like ripping dart after dart after dart. The fool's just staring at me, bro. I'm like, all right, so what's your deal? What do you do? He's like, I work at this firm. It's called Blue Whale Funding. I'm like, all right, well, sounds like what I do. I think I do funding. I don't even know, because like I was just trying to like be that Wall Street guy that didn't have a degree.
Yeah.
It's like, come work with me. I'll pay you more. Ended up crushing it there.
Literally Wolf of Wall Street type shit.
Yeah.
Quit your fucking job right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I quit my job. I ended up working there. I think 8 months went by. It was great. It was a good time. I probably made like, I don't know, 40, 50K in like a 6 to 8 month span, which is like okay for me, because like, keep in mind, I don't have any money. So like, I kind of started to get really into the business. I was like, wow, like this is something I can do. The first day I get on the phone, they're like, I'm electric, I'm talking, like guys like, whoa, like who is this guy? Because like I always had that hustler, like, yo, like you ain't fucking hanging up this phone unless like I'm selling you something today. Like it's going to happen. COVID hits. I'm like, all right, fuck, what am I gonna do? I end up leaving that company, and I end up, I have like, I don't know, probably 20, 30 grand in my name at the time. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of money. Because every dollar I always had, I just spent, because I had to keep up with everyone. Like, all my friends, like, had that daddy money. And listen, I got nothing against that, but, like, I didn't have anything. So I had to always keep up. Like, dinners, $100 here and there. You go into the city. And our friends were absolutely out of control. We'll get to that. And, like, bottle service, fucking Bahamas trips, like... Yep. Shout out to Full Send Productions. We used to call a group of friends. We have this fucking name. We call ourselves Full Send Productions. Absolutely out of control, degenerates, like whatever. That's not the point, but that was a good time. So I ended up starting my own thing, and I'm like, I call Mike, because like a 2-3 month span went by where COVID, like people didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know my plan, so I'm working out of my apartment. This is at the time I got a new apartment in Pier Village, because like. I leveled up a little bit. Like I was able to move out of the Seabright apartment, which is a local Jersey spot. That was like $1,400 a month. And I was like, I got $2,500 a month now. Like, I'm starting to do something good. Like it was cool. So, I ended up working out of there for 2-3 months. I brought all my computers from like the office. I literally stole these people's fucking computers, because I was like, I can't afford it. I didn't really have much. So I ended up working out of there, and I called Mike, and I'm like, hey, Mike, you want to do something together? Like, let's start lending. Because I was brokering. I was making commission. I'm on the lending side now. So on the lending side, we're able to lend, and you're able to, accumulate the RTR, which is the interest, and that's how, more money is involved, but there's a lot more risk. So we ended up partnering up. We opened this company called Prince Funding. Okay, Prince Funding was like a monster of a company. This sister company, Queen, kind of bought equity into our company. They ended up giving us a bunch of money to fund. So we were like, fuck it, we're going to take it and sell. So we got an office in Long Branch, which is where my apartment was at the time, and it was called Pier Village. And me and Mike just went in there. His desk was right here. My desk was right there. And then we had this big open space. I'm like, we need to fit some guys in here. Like, I want to get some like brokers in here, like some of my boys. But at the time, like I was like making good money. I bought a BMW. Like it was cool. Like, but I was like, how can I get better and better? So we ended up fucking partnering in that spot. I call one of my boys Harry. It's one of my best friends from this date. He is like he's a dog. This kid's an absolute like he's a
He's
beast.
one of those
bro.
kids where you just have to meet him. Like there's
Like,
so much you
yeah.
can say about him.
I haven't met him yet.
You have
Yeah.
to meet him. No, not yet.
You'll meet him. He's coming down here Thursday. He's coming down here Thursday. You'll meet him. So I end up calling him. He is in. Where was Harry at the time? Like fucking
He was
London or some
in
shit?
Rome teaching soccer or something, something bizarre.
Something bizarre, dude. He's teaching like soccer or something. He's probably making like 50, 60K a year. Like nothing crazy, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, like you gotta come do this with me. You see that like I'm kind of starting to level up. Keep in mind, you know, from the story I'm telling you, I know it's going a little fast, but we'll rewind if we need to. Like
it was fast though. Really, if you're
I
talking
mean,
about
It's in the
20,
span of
30K to your name before
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was 3 years ago. So
100%. And like we're this whole time I'm doing this, like it is a level up consistently of like, you know, like how I started with nothing, valeting cars on the weekend, like spending every dollar I had, but like I'm starting to learn what it's like to be a business owner at the end of the day, like
Right.
saving money, you know, how I need to prioritize certain things, like stuff like that. So I call my boy Harry, and I'm like, bro, you got to come do this. He's never met Mike, who is one of his best friends now. He comes in, like, Mike is a Jewish guy, wears a yarmulke, like, he's super, super, like, religious. Like, Harry's like, bro, what the fuck are you up to? Like what's going on? So I literally call him, and I go, listen, I'm buying you a ticket home right now. You're coming to work for me. The name of my company is called Prince Funding. He's like, all right, fuck it, I'm doing it. He literally
movie
just,
shit.
dude, he literally just sent it. He shows up to his house Christmas morning and surprises his parents. They're like, I'm home. I'm working for Jake. And, dude,
Keep in mind, he's supposed to still be overseas
like
doing his soccer,
Yeah.
teaching, whatever.
overseas.
Yeah, he was in
bro,
Rome.
he was in like fucking Rome or
Yeah.
some
Wow.
shit, dude. And keep in mind, like, I always got into a lot of trouble growing up. So, like, not a lot of parents that, like, my friends' parents didn't really like me. Like, because I was just always such a daredevil. Like, I was out of control, like, lighting fireworks, like, just crazy, stupid nonsense. Jack's parents always loved me. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Donlon. They're the fucking goats. But that's, like, one of, like, three that like me.
Yeah.
The other, like, 100, like, despise me.
So like you're gonna go make money with Jake?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So,
Yeah, so everyone had something to say.
So Harry shows up, he gets to the office, and he's like, all right, so what is this bullshit? You know, that's what he says. He goes, what the fuck is this bullshit you're doing? And his voice is like so like, it's like a Looney Tune thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is this bullshit you're doing?
Like the Jersey accent with the
yeah,
Looney
with the
Tunes?
Jersey
yeah.
accent, almost like really like, I don't know the word. He's like, what the fuck is this bullshit you're doing?
Very sharp Italian voice.
With the hat on?
No, that's Mike.
no.
Mike
Okay,
wears the
that's
yarmulke.
Mike.
Mike wears the
That's
yarmulke. So, okay, so we get after it. We start funding. You know, things are going well. Harry likes it. He finds, you know, a few clients that he likes. You know, it's going really, really well for him. And then I meet this other homie, Colin. He's not with me to this day. You know, some stuff happened. He ends up coming to work for me too. So me and Mike ended up moving to another office. Then we acquired more brokers. Because the brokers, like, you know, that's how you make the commissions, you know, off the brokers.
Right.
So I ended up getting this whole office in Red Bank, and we got like 10 guys in there.
Which is still Jersey. Still in Jersey at the time.
Still in Jersey at the time. I'm still in Jersey at the time. We moved out from the office we were at because we wanted to expand. So me and Mike get all this money, and we're like, all right, let's start putting it out. So our first year, we funded $17 million together. $17 million our first year we funded under Prince Funding. With a pay, you know, we probably made, you know, the company over like $6 million. Me and Mike probably cashed out about $2.5-3 million each off that.
In your first year?
In my not in my first year of cash advance, not in my first year of cash
Your first
advance.
year being
in
on your own.
My first year being on my own, and that's what set me over the top. So we're funding all this money. People are, you know, throwing money at us. It's fucking great. Like, it's awesome. You know, we're lending. Things are going great. The broker shop is ripping. You know, Harry, who's, you know, one of my main guys to this day, he's not used to making 10, 15, 20K a month at the time. He's like, wow, this is sick. You know, he's fucking funding 50K, 100K deals, taking home 50% commission, making himself a couple $1,000s a week. You know, he's like, this is great. You know, it's awesome. The other brokers in there started to do well. So then what happened was I meet this one homie who I worked with at Premium Merchant Funding, which is the first place I worked with. His name was Thaddeus. He's one of my partners on Triple Crown to this day. Thaddeus sees what I'm doing because we're like uploading videos and trying to like get, like, people are swiping up, like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, when someone funds a deal, they hit a gong. So, like, we would be like,
The Wolf of Wall
it's like
Street.
Wolf of Wall Street type shit. So we'd be like 100K funded, 12 points, bang, like just fucking hit this thing.
Did you ever bring like the midgets in and stuff? Or?
No, we
Nothing-
never sent any
nothing
midgets
like
through.
that,
We
but-
never sent any midgets through. So he hits me up and he's like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, you got to come check it out. Me and Mike at the time, we're sitting on so much money because we're funding like madmen. We're like, Mike doesn't want any partners. Like, Mike just wants to do us. So Mike is like, all right, fuck it, let's bring him in. So I flew Thaddeus, who lives in Kentucky. I flew him to Jersey. I picked him up. And Thaddeus hasn't seen my like level up. So like I pick him up in a BMW. He's like, damn, this is a nice car. And keep in mind, like Thaddeus he didn't make it yet either. Like he's made it now. Like me and him are doing really good.
Right.
But he's like, damn, it's a nice car. So I bring him to the broker shop and he's seen everything. And that day that he came to the broker shop, we absolutely popped off. We funded like 400 or 500K. He's like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like this is great. This is what I want. And he had that like same mentality and kind of wanted to do the same thing in Kentucky. And he was doing it. But Jersey people are built different, bro. Like we're like just gangbangers. Like, you know, like we're just like badass dudes. Like we get after it. That hustle is so real. So he sees that. And then I said to Mike, I'm like, listen, Thaddeus is very good at running a business. Like he is super fucking smart. He's super level-headed. He doesn't rush into things. I'm the total opposite. Like, I'm like, yo, full fucking send. Let's do this right now.
You
like,
guys like balance each other.
yeah.
out.
And then Mike was like full send, but kind of balanced. So like it all balanced each other out.
Right.
So we ended up partnering up with Thaddeus. This is when Triple Crown comes into play. We named the company called Triple Crown Capital. But COVID is still happening and Jersey is just so bad. Like,
Right.
and it's such like a depressing time because like everyone's getting sick, people are losing jobs, like there's just a million freaking things going on. You know? So we're like, fuck
It's
it.
the best time to lend money though.
Yeah.
No, and listen, that's when I got wealthy is during COVID. That, you know, I made all my money during COVID. Everyone's like, oh, I got whooped. You know, that's when I made it, you know, during
Right.
COVID. So
Val,
me and
I think my friend's out here. I don't know if you can open the door for her really quick.
So me, and keep in mind, you know, my wife is a massive part of this the whole entire time. She's actually working for us. You know, she's a beast.
Awesome.
Me and her start traveling to Miami just to go there for the weekend. Because, bro, like when you're working your ass off and you're in, you know, Jersey, it's cold. You do the same thing every fucking weekend there.
You're
Like,
seeing the same people.
you're seeing the same
and
people.
especially his first office in Red Bank, or the office in Red Bank, is where we're from. So it's just repetitive at this point. The same people. It's time to do something new.
Yeah, it's time to do
cool, but it,
Right. It's exhausting
only
at
be
one
for,
point.
like,
it's
3 or
just
4 days.
exhausting.
And you get stuck in the same shit, the same habits that everyone else is doing. You just get looped right.
Bro, the only thing there is to do in Jersey, and listen, I might get a lot of hate for this, what I'm about to say, but it's the truth for me because I had to leave there to really find out who I am and really like level up. The place is just like if you're not born into that like bubble and wave of like effects and emotions that people are all fucking riding, like you're out. There's no like you're not part of that clan. And the only thing you can do there is eat, drink, and fucking maybe go to the gym. In the summer, you go to the beach. But you go to the beach, eat and drink. Like in Florida, bro, we have so many options. Miami, I can do a million fucking things. I'll never get sick and tired of it. I can go to new restaurants all the time. I can go fucking ride a bike all over Florida if I wanted to.
Yep.
I can go work out at the baddest fucking gyms there is.
beaches all year round.
Beaches.
boats,
I'm a member
jet
over at
Beautiful weather, beautiful people.
Bro,
Gyms
beautiful
are
people.
crazy here.
Yeah.
Dude, we golf. I'm a member of Trump. Like I can golf all the time. Like there's pickle, there's paddle. I mean, there's a million things to do.
You'll never get tired of
So
Never.
yeah, it's honestly the best place in the world, and I want to talk about Florida too because
Move to
the
Miami,
place
baby.
has changed me and his life for sure. But so me and Mika, who's my wife, we end up going to Florida. Just like, so how it works when you come to Florida, like you visit once and then you go home and you're like, fuck this. Then you go there again and then you're like, I kind of like this. Then you go the third time and you're like, I think I might move here. Like this is something that might work for me. So we end up doing that like 4 or 5 times until we really like it. And my wife's from Argentina, so like the Spanish. I mean, you speak Spanish. You're from Cuba, right?
Yeah.
So the culture down here is a lot different than Jersey.
It really is.
So like she
very
was like, yeah, I'm all into this. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking send it. So we end up moving down here, and the rest of the boys end up coming down too. Thaddeus gets an apartment. We had like 15 employees at the time.
Even if that, yeah.
Even if
12
that.
to
And you guys
15.
are funding in Jersey and trying to just relocate over here.
Yeah, we're trying to relocate. We literally like tell everyone, we're like, listen, we're packing up everything and we're moving to Florida. So we ended up getting an office in Florida. Me and Mika got an apartment. Daddy's got an apartment. We had to put all our reps that were with us in Airbnbs and hotels. I have the best story about this one hotel. So
What's the name of the hotel?
it's like the Dirty Dog Inn or something.
It's like the Grand Hyatt right outside the Miami airport.
It's like, dude, so we're in this office on Flagler Street, which is in downtown. I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have this apartment in Brickell because, like, I moved down here. Some of these guys didn't know if they wanted to move down here yet, but, like, they knew they wanted to live here. But it's a lot, Miami, you know? Like,
Right.
you need a good 15, 20K to, like, keep yourself, like,
Just a fucking bare minimum.
Just
bro.
to, like, bare
Especially
minimum.
coming from kids who all they knew in life was, you know, Rumps in New Jersey, Red Bank, New Jersey.
yeah.
Taking a move so quickly to
Yeah.
Miami, Florida.
You walk out the
100%.
door and you're spending 150, 200 bucks.
Exactly.
No, dude, it's
It's literally
you got to make 6 figures to live in Florida.
to
Yeah.
bare minimum live.
Yeah.
And I know there's some people making it with less, but you're pinching pennies.
No,
if you're making
100%.
150 grand, you have a nice car, you have a decent house,
Yep.
and you're pinching pennies.
100%.
For budgeting dinners and stuff
you're,
like that.
You're
Exactly.
pinching pretty heavy pennies.
Yeah.
So we end up getting the office there. Things go well. You know, we're funding. Employees are down here. Things are going so well. Triple Crown Capital is like the talk of South Florida.
This is
like
2021.
This is
2022.
beginning.
This is crazy, bro. This is
Yeah,
all
beginning
this happened
20
so fast.
Yeah, it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
2022, we're like funding. Things are going crazy. So I end up speaking with Dad, and I'm like, yo, listen, like, we got to amp it up. So we end up hiring like a bunch of other employees.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where in your mind do you like say, all right, fuck it, it's time to level up? Like when you're growing so fast, do you ever have like a 2-3 month period where you're just like, all right, let's chill for a little bit, or it's always just like, again? How does that work with the funding industry?
I think with Triple Crown specifically, like we touched on, Jake and Thaddeus are so good at balancing each other out, where Jake wants the done, let's move, let's act. And Thaddeus is the more of the thinking type where, why don't we think about this? Why don't we run the numbers on this? So I think Jake's elevation, but Thaddeus's, you know, smartness and kind of wanting to tone back a little bit only made the level up that much easier. So we're saying it was a very quick process. It did take a little bit of time, but we did go from about 12 employees to like
12 employees
30
to like 30
in the matter of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was,
who's hiring? Who's interviewing? Who's
We had this one girl that worked for us. She was like kind of doing the interviews. We're setting up job fairs. And I actually totally forgot. I need to mention how Jack got involved into this. Because this is actually a crazy story. Sorry I left that out. So I'm like, one of my homies it's still my homie to this day. His name's Chris. He was, you know, hanging out with Jack. And I'm like begging Jack to like come and do this. I'm like, yo, drop what you're doing.
I was
he's still back in Jersey at this point?
I was
Yeah, we'll rewind for a second.
I was living in New York. I was working in medical sales in the city in Manhattan, and Jake, like he said, was calling me like, "Bro, I'm on to something here. I'm building this. You have to just let me sit you down for lunch and explain it."
Did you go to school?
I did. I went to University of Arizona.
Graduated?
Graduated. Took me 5 years to get out of there, but I
different.
got it. A little bit different, yeah. You know, I was always raised. My father worked on Wall Street. He was always, you know, do this
Right.
and you follow these steps and you'll be successell.
Which is staying in the Matrix.
Exactly, staying in the
Yeah.
matrix.
Jake is like, I'm gonna get you out of that shit.
Exactly, and you know, I was working the 9-to-5 jobs. You know, I would tell you, I hated it. The money wasn't horrible, but it wasn't my thing.
Right.
And you know, Jake would always say, "You got to come, dude. Just check out what I'm doing." And for weeks, months, I was just kind of pushing it off. And then during COVID, when I was living in New York, one of my good friends from college, Mitch, has a house out in Marco Island in Florida. So when I was working remotely at my job at the time, we went out to Florida for like 3 months. I was out there working from home
I
with
paid him to
Miami?
drive my car down here, by the way, too.
No, this was Marco Island. And then when I came
okay.
back from Marco Island, my apartment lease was up in New York, so I was back at home in my parents' house. Jake was like, "Bro, you're finally back. Like, come sit down with lunch with me." I went to lunch with him and his wife Mika, and they said, "We're moving this operation to Miami. Now's the time to get on board." The next day, Jake gave me $2,000 to drive his car from New Jersey to Miami. and again, you know,
But I was like, yo, like, because he wasn't committed But he was like, fuck it, I'm going to leave Jersey because there's nothing to
Yeah.
do.
Right.
So, like,
Fuck it.
I was like, yo,
Exactly.
I'll give you $2,000, drive my car down to Florida. Like, I at least need that done. And I was like, come check it out. And, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to convince this motherfucker to do this. Like, and, like, slowly but surely, I kind of had him, on, and that was that. And he came down.
And I've been here ever since. And, Jake always said, like he said, he put everyone in hotels, which one is a true test of his character. He wanted the people that were already working for him and making him money and making themselves money to come down with him. Obviously, not everyone had the budget to just move to Miami and get an apartment, get a lease.
Full send on your end, though.
So Jake said, and Thaddeus, I'm gonna help my people out. Put us, including myself. I was in a hotel for 31 days, completely paid for, until we were, had enough money saved up
And
to
Jack
get
had
onto
the
our
nice
feet.
hotel.
Yeah,
Some of the other employees, and Jack wasn't even like doing much. Like he wasn't broke a lot at the time.
No.
Like, and he had the nice hotel. So yeah, that was that. That's how Jack got down here. So then Triple Crown keeps going and going. We're funding, and then like for a certain time, it kind of like starts to slow down. Like it was a lot, bro. Like we were funding like, $6 to $8 million a month for like 3-4 months straight. Like a lot of money. Like the company's making like $1 million plus a month, if not, $1.5 million more.
Right.
Which is a lot of money. I'm making 40, 50K a month from that. That's great. I still have the funding side. Like it's awesome. But then Mike, decides that he wants to get out of here. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I get it. He was just like, it's too much stress. I want to worry about funding. Because Mike always handled the in-house funding part, which was Prince, because we had Prince, and we had Triple Crown, so we were trying to balance both.
So he had, for people who don't know, he had the lending side, which was Prince, where he's actually lending out his money to businesses, and then he also had Triple Crown, which was the broker side, where his guys or brokers are cold calling businesses to facilitate the lending.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Client acquisition. Basically, you're finding the client who wants the lending, and then Prince.
Exactly. And the benefit of that is obviously he had the broker shop and in-house lending. So it's the best of both worlds in the cash advance space. Yeah. Because your brokers, all the deals you're bringing in, Jake gets the first look at to put his money into the deal.
Yeah. It was like, dude, we were literally running like a monster like operation. Like it was
crazy.
Like it was out of control. Like
how likely is it for you to call someone randomly and them like what's the rate like? When we cold call in real estate, it's like 100 calls to get one appointment.
Well, listen, I mean,
How
if
does that
you're
work for you
dialing
guys?
off spreadsheets all day.
Like, are you targeting people or is it just random
No,
people?
I mean, listen, certain things, I don't need to say, how we get our leads or how, things, we get good leads, like the industry we're in an unregulated space. So, like, a real estate guy like yourself, you can go and buy hot leads, but you're going to pay the price for them.
Right.
Same thing, with insurance. Like, you're going to pay the price for that. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a hot insurance lead, this guy's ready to close, you're probably going to pay $100, $200 for that lead, but it's going to make you $1,000, $2,000.
Right.
So it's the same thing for us. But it is hard because you're cold calling all day. It's a lot of work. It's
Cold
something.
call is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude.
Are you guys
It's
still
not
calling
easy.
right now? Or you guys just have
No.
people calling for you guys are just operations?
No, we we're not, Jake and myself obviously aren't doing the cold calling, but we
You guys
still
did
have
at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
100%.
That's how we
I made
started.
my first six
Yeah.
figures off cold calling. Off cold calling. Just funding monster deals. My biggest deal to this date, I did about $1.2 million in one reverse, and that paid me like $35K. And I was like, holy shit.
So how quick does that happen in your space? Because I've told you in my space it takes from the
So
day I meet the client. 60
you want to
days.
talk about like how the business works? Is that what
as much as you can.
Okay, so
showing
I'll-
us
I'll-
Give it from the
like
cash
if I
advance.
wanted to instead of do real estate, for example, jump into that.
Sure.
Yeah.
How long does it take for me to make money?
So I'll break it down. So let's say Alex cold calls Johnny's Electric, okay? The guy's doing, and keep in mind, we're a merchant cash advance company. So we lend based upon your future receivables. So if you're doing 100 to 200, let's just say you're doing $200,000 a month in revenue, okay? We could probably qualify you anywhere from 100 to 150,000. You don't want to give someone over because then that over leverages them. Their withhold is too high. The withhold meaning the money coming in and the money going out. So if you give someone 200K and it's over 30 business days, which is crazy, super high risk, the person's probably going to default because they can't pay back, the advance in 30 days or less. You know what I mean?
Right. So this is paid back quickly.
Well, listen, merchant cash advance, the terms range between anywhere from 20 business days upwards to 24 to 36 months.
Gotcha.
The average term ranges between, I'd say 80 to 120 business days. The average term. Okay, so if I give you $100,000, Johnny's Electric, and the investor, who is, let's just say Prince Funding or whatever the case may be, gives me an offer. He'll give me it at a certain rate. I have to upsell the deal because I have to be able to make points. So if the investor gives me the deal at a 120, 100K, that means paying back 120,000.
Okay.
That's the buy rate. Now, he gives me an option to sell 10 to 12 points of me that. So if I upsell the deal to the client at a 132, that means 12 points are going to me. 12 points of 100 grand is $12,000. So
And
usually,
points are it's percent, so
Right.
12%.
points are
of
percent. That's
the-
just the way we say it in cash points. We say
The
points.
same way in lending for real estate.
Yeah.
exactly.
So usually an average broker commission is anywhere from 30 to 50%, depending on the firm, depending on the structure. It really just depends. I'd say
Of
average
that 12K.
of that 12K.
Yes.
And the rest goes to the house. I'd say the average commission is probably, let's just say 45%. Okay, so if you do a 10K deal at 10 points, the commission is going to be $4,500 to your pocket. So
But
that's
that can be done in one
so
day.
the deal funds
Yeah.
in anywhere from an hour to 6 hours. There's a lot of underwriting that goes into it.
I mean, when you say a lot of underwriting,
I
we
funded-
underwrite for 30 days.
For days, right.
You're talking real estate though. We're
Right.
talking in
No, it's crazy,
merchant
though.
cash
It's
money.
two different worlds.
We're lending out unsecured. So at the end of the day, when you're lending out unsecured, the only thing we can collect on is based upon your accounts receivables and your credit card processing statements.
Because
That's all-
technically, we're not, sorry to cut you off, technically, we're not charging interest. We're not giving out loans. We're buying the sales that are yet to come into your business.
Gotcha.
You understand?
Okay. Makes sense.
Right.
So, some of these brokers in the industry, guys like myself, Jack, or even funders, guys are making serious money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if a broker's funding $1 million a month and he's at 50% and he's averaging 12 points, that broker's taking home 60 grand a month and the rest is going to the house. You know what I mean? Like, that's serious
Is that like
cheese.
top earner stuff, or is that like
I know plenty. I mean, yeah.
$1 million a month is definitely a good number as a broker to fund per month. We know people doing more, we know people doing less.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a higher number.
Yeah, for sure. And the merchant cash advance space is talked down so much just because there's a lot of, because at the end of the day, it's an unregulated business. So I don't have the only license I have is kind of to lend and be able to ACH money out of people's accounts. Like that's like a waiver I have to sign with the bank, anti-money, laundering stuff like that. But it's nothing crazy. Like I don't need to go take a Series 7, to be a broker.
You don't-
crazy though?
It's crazy how you
it's not
really
like
don't
that.
need anything to sell
You don't really need
unsecured money.
money.
And at the end of the day,
But that's the risk, right? You're selling unsecured. If they
Right.
don't pay you back, what do you have?
So
can you
we
collect the
Yeah,
debt? Or?
yes, 100%. We have a full legal team that works for me and Jack. We have guys that will freeze credit cards, freeze AR.
Gotcha.
We have legal affairs guys, the whole nine. Listen, I've lent out over probably $275 million to this date since I've started. That's a shit ton of money. I'd say average default rate with that is probably I'd say 9 to 12% if I were to give you like a rough number, which is you could still profit off that.
Right. So you guys have like a collecting team.
Yeah, I have
that
yes,
just
of course.
does
Full-
billing and
yeah.
Yep.
full legal team that works for us and whatnot. And listen, the lending space, like I said, it's talked down so much just because it's unregulated. Like you got your good guys and you got your bad guys. But unfortunately, to be involved in this game, you need to have that bad guy in you because there's no
have to, yeah.
there's no salesperson in the world that is ever technically a good guy. Like you're selling someone a product that really doesn't want it, but like needs it.
Right.
And that's the God's honest truth at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah.
like if I go and give, Johnny's Electric 100K and the payback's 140 grand, like the guy's going to look at that number and be like, but they need the money. And unfortunately, the banks aren't lending right now. And if you're a business owner doing $1 million to $2 million a month in revenue, or sorry, $1 to $2 million a year in revenue, you're really probably not going to get approved by the bank. And you're not going to have the time because you got to cater to your employees. You got to go buy equipment. If you have a 20K payroll and you don't have the money because certain accounts receivables didn't come in,
Right.
guess who's going to give you that money?
Yeah.
Then my company is Novak. I own a company called Novak Equities now too. That Jack's the CFO, I'm the CEO, and then I have my other guys that run it as well.
And even when the banks aren't or are lending, people take, and again, like Jake said, people think it's crazy when we tell them the payback on some of, the money that we're putting out. But people are paying for convenience. Say Johnny's Electric is in construction and is building a house, and they need to put down 40 grand just to secure that contract.
Because it's a good deal or whatever.
A bank isn't going to send you a wire, or give you a line of credit, or give you a term loan same day. So that business owner is going to come to cash advance companies like ours just because they can get the money so quick. And, in being in real estate, construction margins are pretty big. Right. So if they can take out $40K at 50% just to lock in a contract that's going to make them $200K, they're going to pay the piper because it's convenience. Exactly. They need.
And dude, at the end of the day, you got to realize something. There's only so many resources like a human being can have.
Sure.
Like I could call. My network is huge. I mean, my network is billions of dollars. I know huge people with huge money. I could call someone and borrow money right now. I could get $5 million today if I wanted to. But like, do I want to use that resource, or do I want to use my own money, or do I want to use investors' money? Like,
right.
So as a business owner, like, it's almost embarrassing at the end of the day if you have to call someone and say, hey, your friend Sean, listen, I need to borrow like $50K.
Right.
The guy's gonna be like, all right, I'll help you out, but you can't do that again. And that $50K, you still got to pay him back. He's not gonna give it to you for free. Right. He might give you $50K to pay back $55 grand or $60 grand, or whatever the case may be. But like, that's using a resource. And then what happens if you need it again, which you're going to? Because as a business owner, bro, like, that's what people need to understand. Like, as a business owner, it's not embarrassing that you need working capital. It's not. I know Fubo TV, a few of my buddies, we lent them $10 million during COVID. And if they see that and sue me, I'm sorry.
No.
Like,
that's what you need to grow. You need money to
that's
grow.
a publicly traded company, bro. They took a cash advance. Do you know who owns Fubo TV and who's an investor there? Damon John, the guy in Shark Tank. That homie, and he's heavily involved in cash advance. Mm-hmm. The guy has his own businesses. He took a $10 million cash advance at like a 1.28 over like 6 months, like quick capital. That's $2 million a week, dog. That's like
That's insane.
That's like
crazy.
$2.2 million a week pulling from your bank account.
But look at Fubo TV; they're still up and running. It's crazy.
They had to do that.
They had to do that. They couldn't get it from a bank.
So that's the thing. People like, oh, this is. Even when we bring investors to the table, they're like, oh, guys, especially guys from back home. They're like, oh, well, what you do is not right to people. It's like, bro, like, what the fuck do you mean it's not right? Like, I'm giving a business a merchant cash advance because they can't get approved. They're the people
They're the ones signing off on it.
Dude,
though.
at the end of the day, they're the ones signing off on it, and you put yourself in a position where your credit's shit, you have tax liens, you didn't pay your taxes on time, you maybe have a fucking, shit cash flow, you're running a bunch of negative days. Where else? You can't
But
borrow.
we'll still consider giving you money.
We'll still consider giving money. You want to go to the bank, they're going to sit there and laugh. They're going to look at your shit like this, and they're going to say, declined. So what else are you supposed to do?
Right.
Like I said, you could borrow that money from your friend, or you can come to guys like us. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm here to make money. I'm running a business just like you are at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, when people talk about our business, they're like, oh, what you do is shady, this and that. It's like, bro, I'm not running a shady business, dog. Like,
you're here talking about it, so
yeah,
you can ask
it.
most business owners who take out merchant cash advances, is what they're called, if they benefit their business, and I could guarantee you they will 100% say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's common misconception. Everyone thinks it's loan sharking, all this and that. We're not forcing anything on anyone. There's no, everything is contractually obligated, so signing off on everything. And again, we're getting people. Johnny's Electric needs $100K to keep his business afloat.
You guys are helping people, bro.
Exactly.
You guys are not.
Exactly.
The guy needs bread for his business. We're gonna give it to him.
Right.
Like that's as simple as that.
That's I can't imagine someone like being against that though.
No, but at
They
the
just
end of
don't
the day,
understand it.
They don't
The
understand
interest rates
it.
are too high, whatever.
They
but
don't understand
that's
it.
unsecured money at the end
Yep.
of the day.
Funny story. I got on the
If
phone.
you lend money on a real estate deal, you're secured by the house.
Think about hard money lending in real estate.
That's what I was
Very
just gonna
similar.
say.
Yeah.
I talked to this homie
That's
this
even
morning.
more secure though.
Yeah, it's
That's
well,
even
more
more
If you
secure.
have a house,
Exactly.
This
if their
guy's-
business runs out of business,
yeah.
you're fucked.
Right.
This guy I spoke to this morning. He's looking for money, a couple $100,000. He's like, oh, I'm borrowing money from a hard money guy right now at 12 points. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you straight. My rates are anywhere from 30 to 40%. So, oh, that's fucking crazy. I'm like, all right, goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't have time. And this is something I want to talk about. Like, time is money at the end of the day. Like, and time kills deals. Like, my time costs money. You want to get on the phone with Jake Damelio, it's going to cost you money.
Yeah.
You want to get on the phone with Jack, it's going to cost you money. If you want money for your business or you want me to invest in this, that's going to cost you money at the end of the day. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to jerk you around, bro. I got to live. I got bills to pay. Right. I got a fucking fat mortgage I got to pay. I got bills I got to pay for. I got a business to run. I don't have time to sit on with the phone with Joe fucking Schmo and fucking say, yo, like, oh, this money's too expensive. Like, no, dude, like, goodbye. I don't have time for your shit. You want to pay to play? You're going to play with the biggest dog there is. me, and I'm going to get it done for you. You need $500K today? No problem. Sign the contracts. I'll wire you the money. Maybe we'll bounce back and forth on the term because they'll fight you a little bit on the term and the rate. Listen, I'm here to make everyone happy. But as far as like, you know, you trying to sit here and say, oh, this is like too expensive. Like, bro, like, fuck off, please. Like, I don't have time for that.
I love that. I like
you know
that,
what I
though.
mean?
like
Like, but that's how I am as a salesman. And, you know, this is something I want to get into. Like, people always want to complain about, like, not wanting to put in the work and not wanting to get to that extra point. Like, how are Jack Donlon and Jake Damelio and the rest of his boys, Harry Haywood and all my other close friends, so successful? How do they get so successful at such a young age? It's like, bro, like, all I did for literally fucking 3 fucking years was put my head down and fucking work. Nobody outworked me. Not a single fucking person. If you said you did, you're on fucking drugs. Because I'm telling you right now,
No, seriously.
I worked my dick off Monday through Friday from the minute I got up at fucking 6:30, 7 a.m. till the minute I went to sleep. My fucking wife, I drove her crazy, bro. Like, out of control. Like, she was like, put your fucking phone down. It's time. Like, I'm like, I gotta close this deal. Like, I don't like, I need to
love that
work.
shit.
And listen, you know, and she understands it now. But even now, I still work a little too hard. Like, I don't need to go in the office anymore, bro. You know, I plan on retiring when I'm 30 years old. Like, and I want Jack to run the company. I want Harry to run the company. The rest of my boys. You know, I got my boy Jordan. He's one of my top dogs in fucking Jersey. Like, I want them to take care of things. I don't want to have to do it anymore. But people are like, well, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? It's like, bro, you gotta fucking work.
Yep.
The only key factor to becoming successful is keeping your head down, shutting the fuck up, and just work.
One of the biggest things Jake taught me, and you guys have probably heard this, I love this saying. You want to buy things without having to look at the price tag? You have to work without looking at the clock. And I think that's one of the biggest things Jake told me. Just fucking put your head down and work. There is no chance you will not be successful if you work hard. Hard work beats talent every day of the
Every
week.
day. I have a fucking picture in my office. I got a custom painting made. It's so fucking sick. It's got, I think you saw it. It's Jordan Belfort. It has my 3 companies up there. It has Novak Equities on the left, Triple Crown hovering his head, and then it has C2, which I have 2 partners on as well. And then it says hard work beats talent every time. So the key factor of what I'm getting at, it's like, you know, right now in 2023, it's such an odd time because, like, so many new things are coming out every single day. Like, there is, like, if you can't find a way to make money in this day and age right now, like, you're doing something really fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Or you're just being lazy.
Or you're being lazy.
just-
Dog, there's 17 and 18-year-old fucking kids right now
millions.
making millions
We know
of
some
dollars.
of them, yeah.
And you're complaining about a fucking 9 to 5
Right.
because what, bro? Like,
So let me ask you, someone that's 17, 18, 19 in this era growing up, they got so many things to choose from. What's your advice to a young entrepreneur? Do you tell them, hey, dabble in a bunch of things and have side hustles and this and that, or find one thing and really become the best at that?
I think it goes hand in hand with both of those options you just said. I think at such a young age, you have to try multiple things because you're not going to like everything. You're not, you know, maybe you love everything. That would be even better because then you can do everything. But you have to, I think you have to find something, one that you're good at and one that you want to dedicate all the time in the world to.
Yeah.
You know, something that you're not wasting your time doing to, you know, it's not always about the money, but if you're working your ass off and not seeing a big return, then maybe you should do something else.
And how long do you let that happen before it's like, okay, so you said put your head down and fucking work. Someone's working for 1 year, 2 years, and they're not seeing the crazy results.
the biggest
do they just
thing-
give up, or should they keep
the
going?
biggest thing that I think I've done really well on, and I've told this to Jack, my homie EJ, and my buddy Ken that are in the Miami office now. They're like, I want to start putting my money into other things. But, like, at the end of the day, like, when you start something, you need to build a foundation. So, like, you can't, everyone wants to put their money all over the place. Like, they want to go ahead and invest in real estate. Then they want to invest in fucking Amazon store. They want to invest in Forex. And I'm involved in Forex. I've made millions of dollars in it. It's fucking great. I love it. Everyone thinks, oh, that's bullshit. Like, whatever. But, like, if you're going to do something, do it 110%.
Yep.
Don't stop and say, like, oh, I made 100, 200 grand, and then all of a sudden, now I can put money. If I have 300K, I could put 10K into this, 5K into that, then another 50K into, like, that's not really how it works.
Right.
Like, you got to build a foundation so that fucking robot you want is just running and fucking churning you cash. And then you take money out and then you start dabbling in other things. I did this shit for 3-4 years, bro.
So you're saying make money, reinvest in your business, fuck investing until you're really just
Dude, I mean, bro,
not even reinvest in the business too. Just reinvest in yourself. You know,
reinvest in yourself and your health. Like I said,
I
like,
agree.
2020.
Before you're throwing into real estate, any long-term play, before you're throwing into long-term plays, you got to throw into yourself and your business.
I mean, bro, you think about it.
100%.
I know homies that are throwing millions of dollars into real estate deals. How do you think those guys got that millions of dollars? They had one thing and stuck with it. One of my good homies, fucking Chris. Kid's 25 years old, absolutely breaded. Like, the kid worked his dick off from the fucking bottom all the way up. He made all his money doing one thing, and now all he does all day is fucking raise money and throw it into investments. And he dabbles here and there. He's put me on to huge plays, bro. Huge fucking plays. But he grinded his ass off for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then he started doing that shit. So everyone, like all these homies, they always ask me all the time, like, Jake, like, what should I start putting my money into? Put it into the business that you're working on currently. And then once you build that foundation, you have all that money to work with, then that's when you start dabbling a little bit and you start, you know, kind of expanding and seeing your options. Like, I bought my first house this year. That was a big boy purchase. Big, you know, it was a fucking big house. Like, it was cost me a lot of money.
I met him at the wrong time, bro.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I could have made you a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, but like, that was a big step for me. And that jacked up my net worth huge. Now I have fucking mad money and equity into my crib. I'm paying my mortgage every month. I pay more than
yourself every month, bro.
I pay myself
You're paying yourself
every month.
bro.
Like,
You're living in Miami. This is the highest appreciation rate in the fucking country.
Exactly.
You're paying
And then,
yourself every month.
Yeah, and another thing he taught me, because he was, you know, obviously saw the success before I did. And another thing Miami taught me
What time is it, Alex?
is you have to spend
Another hour to rip, baby.
Oh, let's go.
you have to spend money to make money. A lot of people think common misconception is saving will get you to the promised land.
Fuck that.
That's
Fuck that
not.
shit.
I completely disagree with that, and why I disagree with it is because I've seen it.
Bro, you gotta pay to fucking play.
You have to. You want to
that's
get
it
in,
right there.
even
Pay to
in
fucking play.
even in real estate. You want to get involved. Or time to cough up $200,000 to get into your first
happy
deal.
you brought
Say
this
you
up.
have $200K in your account. Well, you want to get to the big boy. You want to get to the promised land, as we say. You got to spend money.
Yeah, scared money don't make no money.
Exactly.
Bro,
As
it's
cheesy as it
cliche, bro.
sounds,
But
yeah,
if
exactly.
You're scared to fucking spend
It's
money.
a fact.
And
It's
the,
a fact.
The big dogs like you guys and hopefully me soon, they're made when we're put in tight
Bro, what do you mean you soon? You're rocking rollies.
Come
This
on,
guy
come
drives
on.
a fucking BMW, fucking Mercedes.
He's playing himself
we're,
down.
We're,
Get the fuck
we're
outta
different, you know, stages, but I mean, my come up was 2 years ago, whatever.
Right.
My point is that when you're like in a tight, risky situation, I'm always like, fuck it, full send.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck what happens because since I came, I think that's the advantage that we have coming from nothing. Because if we came from money, it's always like we have something to lose. We have something to lose.
Yep.
There's never anything to lose.
Nah, bro. Listen,
I was at ground zero.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm always like, fuck it, let's do it.
The best
Yeah,
piece
take
of
a risk.
100%, bro. The best piece of advice I got was literally you have to pay to play. Like, that was my biggest thing. I would go out and, dude, my wife would fucking kill me for this, but I did it anyway. And I'm smarter now with my money. Like, bro, first year I got down to Miami, I spent probably like well over $500,000-600,000 the first year. Like,
crazy, bro.
and I was
And on
do it, though.
nothing that was bringing back a return.
like nothing like
but you gotta learn your
bottles,
lessons. Yeah,
like
yeah.
dealt with anxiety, panic attacks, like total like
Yeah.
crazy Miami shit, bro. Like just like too much. And like I spent a lot of money, but it also made me a lot of money in the long run. Like I spent well over $500,000 living down here the first year, but it made me a lot of money because I got put onto so many opportunities from that.
people-
And listen, I'd say fucking 80-90% of the time I was shit-faced drunk. But like, yeah, I don't really drink too much anymore. I've slowed down with that. But like, it was worth it at the end of the day. And everyone's like, oh, just save. Bro, if you're going to sit and you're going to save all your money and you're just going to stare at it every fucking day, what the fuck is that going to do for you, bro?
Money in, money out. Bro.
Money in, money out.
Exactly.
All my
out.
money, bro, I'm telling you right now,
How much reserves do you say you should have?
bro.
12 months.
I'll tell people this. I just keep fucking 250K I keep in my savings account at all times. And I have a couple, like 10, 15 grand in my checking. All my money is literally invested. And bro,
Exactly.
I'm worth 8 figures. Like I
Exactly,
have,
and
I have
another
my money
thing-
all over the place.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people think that people that have money just have like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million
Exactly.
sitting in an
No,
account.
no,
And
no.
it's like,
That's not how
it's
it works.
moving. It
Exactly.
comes in, it
Unless-
goes out.
It's working. The
You
money's
got your
working.
emergency fund to cover what 6 months. So
Right.
like,
Unless
if something goes down, but
unless you are
Exactly.
that type of
Yeah.
guy that like needs money at all times to constantly put out for plays and shit, like, bro, all my money is in my business, invested into investments. I have well over 7 figures into my crib. Like, all my money is out there. Like, I lend out anywhere from $5 to $6 million a month with like my money, Jack's money as well. Like, so you can do the math there. That's a lot of fucking money. like 30, 40 million plus a year. Like we're lending out of investors' money, ourselves. Like all my money is circulating in my business. And it's good to diversify. I have, money into real estate plays that pay me like mailbox money every month. Like it's good. But mailbox money. That's the key. I learned that from my boy Chris. Shout out to CM for that one. The mailbox money, bro. But that's good. But people want to sit here and like, Jake, what do I need to do? Like save. Like, bro, the only reason I've gotten to where I am is because I've overspent. But it's made me a lot more. Like I've balled the fuck out to show someone like that I'm willing to show you who I am. Because, like, I want that relationship. I want to see, like, what this is going to do in 6 months from now. Like, is that going to pay off for me? And I'd say about 95% of the time, it's always fucking paid off for me, bro. Like, it's always paid off just because I've hung around the right guys. That's another thing, too. Like, I've never circulated my circle is so small, but it's so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
I got, like, 10, 15 dudes, bro, that like are just demons, like
dialed
demons.
in
like
always.
fucking dogs dialed in. Like
and
if I need something,
all you're gonna want to do is dial in. If you
bro,
and we all have the same mentality. We all want the same thing. We all want the financial freedom and millionaire mentality. Exactly. Couldn't have said that any better. So
it's so cliche. Every time I feel like I come on here, we say it, but it's like whoever you hang out around with, it's influencing your brain every second, every decision you make. It's like, hey, you want to go fuck around or you want to go to the office?
The best thing I heard was you hang around 5 fucking drug addicts, you're going to be the 6. You hang around 5 millionaires, you're going to be the 6 millionaires.
Exactly.
And I did that, bro.
Bro, it's a science.
I literally did that, and it fucking worked. I made my first $1 million when I was 22, 23?
22, I think.
22, like and a half.
Well.
I made $1 million.
That's fucking crazy.
And I was like, holy shit, I'm a millionaire. I was like, whoa, that's fucking wild. And like, I'm not just saying that to like sound cool, like, but like, dude, I really did work my dick off.
Right. Which is why you should be able to just fucking say it freely because you worked your ass off for it. You should fucking rock whatever you got.
We all did.
No one should take it in a negative way. It should be motivation. For people that have the same mindset as us three, when you say, oh, I'm 22 years old and I made $1 million, holy shit, how can I connect with this guy to do exactly what he's doing?
You have two choices when you watch it. You can either say, oh, fucking douchebag, asshole, whatever.
Exactly.
Dude, I got all that.
You know what? I want to fucking learn from that guy.
And
he still gets it.
I get it, dude.
He still gets it.
For like 4 or 5 months straight, and I hope this person is listening onto the podcast. And if I do find them, I'll fucking wrap their fucking head in with a wrench. But I'm getting like these weird texts. They're texting my father, my fucking mother, like all this. Are we still tuned on there? I love that. What's up, fam?
This is good.
And they're literally texting me, oh, fuck you, you're a scam, you're going to jail, you're a fucking fraud, all this shit. And I'm like texting the dude back fucking with him. I'm like in an Uber Black rocking like, I got an AP fucking. I'm sending him pictures. I'm like, how's that for an AP? The other night, I got a random fucking text, bro. This fool texted me, you're a fucking scam. He said, I'm going to fuck your wife. I'm like, bro, what?
Oh, no, don't fuck with that, though.
Yeah, it's like weird shit. I sent him a picture back of me in the Uber Black. I was wearing a presidential Rolex. I sent him a picture. I said, I'm going to spend $5,000 on dinner right now. What are you up to? he texted me back and he said, oh, nice. And I was like, fuck this guy. But bro, there's always going to be those haters. Like
it comes with the territory, though. You got to understand that.
Bro,
when you're coming up.
So many people hate on us because we got out of the Jersey bubble. We moved down to Miami. And now I don't consider myself like, I'm not a king or anything like that. Like I've done well for myself. I consider myself top 5 in the merchant cashman space in Florida, which is a lot to say because, it's huge. But, like, people are always fucking going to hate. And that's one thing I want to tell all these young entrepreneurs out there, bro. Like, fuck what everyone else thinks, bro. Like, don't worry about what people think. That's why I was so fucking driven and so, like, just ready to burst. Because I had so much hate growing up for being such a dickhead, being that town fucking asshole, like, whatever the case may be. But I didn't care. And now guess what, bro? All those people love me, which fuck them because I don't have time. You didn't like me when I was down, but now you like me when I'm up. Yeah. Fuck all that shit. Yeah. But now I got guys offering me money. Like, bro, every single day, I'm literally getting on Zoom meetings for, like, people just wanting to give me hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. To, like, lend out. Yeah. This morning, but right before we got here, 15 fucking minute meeting. I raised $250,000 like that. Yeah. The guy was like, yep, I'll wire you today. Done. And boom, I'll turn that $250K into $1 million for the guy. I'll fucking make me and Jack quick 200, 300K off that shit in fucking 6 to 8 months. Like, but the whole point is, it's like you have all these guys who hate on you, but then they always come back.
Always, bro.
The creatures are always going to churn.
They're always watching.
You got 150,000 followers. You get 10,000 likes, but you get like
Exactly.
fucking 50,000 views. They're always fucking watching, bro.
There's kids that we grew up with who, always had something bad to say about us, whatever it is. Now their parents are trying to get involved because they see what we're doing.
Right.
And you know what I say? Decline.
Yep.
Decline. Not approved.
Yeah,
It is what it is, bro. Fuck you.
I'll take money from, certain guys, like his dad's, like people and like guys that like are cool with the circle, but like other guys, like, bro, I can't tell you, it's probably like 5, and I'm not a celebrity or anything. I'm just a small town kid who worked his dick off and made it. And I'm going to continue to make it. I'm going to continue to prove people wrong. But I get like 5 to 7 DMs a week asking people to work for me. Yeah. I don't want that. I had the big broker shop. I had the big operation. I'm strictly now on the funding side, and I got a little small brokerage side located in Jersey, which Harry and Jordan work at. Like, that does $3-4 million a month. Mm-hmm. Me and Jack's operation in the lending side does it $5 million plus with all my 3 companies. Like, I'm more than well off, dude. I'm fine. I don't need any more. Do I want to grow and do I want to lend more? Yes, of course. But guys are trying to come at me all day saying, yo, how can you help me with this? First off, you want to get involved in my business. Why would I help you? I'm competition to you. Why would I help you try and get better at what I do? I'm here to put my team on and my people. Mm-hmm. My friends come first before me any day of the week, bro. My people come before me. You brought
everybody up with you, bro.
Yep. No, yeah.
So let me ask you, you made it, right? Quote unquote. We're always programmed.
I haven't made it yet. I've made a lot of money for myself, and I'm happy about that. And that's cool. And money's a good thing to have, but it comes and goes. And if you don't save it wisely and you don't invest wisely and you spend like a fucking asshole, and listen, I'll be the first one to say, I do spend like a jerk off. But I also make money like a fucking sick fuck.
That's the blessing of that's the blessing.
Bad addiction with spending money, but a better.
I can go out and go spend 20, 30 grand a weekend. I'll make it back on Monday. Like, it's cool.
But that's the mentality that people fucking lack. They think money's like this real thing that there's only a certain amount of it in the world, but it's fucking literally printed every fucking day, dude.
No,
and 100%. I don't want to hold on to that. Like, that greed just programs your brain to like not understand that there's an 100%. Infinite amount of it, What
will happen is, bro, is people will fucking make all this money. They'll make 20, 30, 40 bands in 1 month, but they'll spend 50, 60, 70. And then it's just like a revolving fucking, it's like a recycling bin.
You'll never get out of it.
You'll never get out of it. Yep. And you
or learn how to make more.
But learn how to make more.
Hold on, because right there, people say, fuck it, I'm going to have to start saving. No. I got to save. No, you got to make more money.
And then, but another thing, they say that you save a little bit, you get comfortable, and then you stop. Another thing he's taught me is you can never get comfortable.
No,
you should never.
That's why I asked
exactly.
him. When is it like? When do
even
I always
he'll always. I know what we just said. People asking to join the business will say no, but we'll always get on the phone. We're always looking for more. I'm always going to
give someone an opportunity.
Exactly.
Always.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, fuck yeah, we can. Yeah. Let's do business.
Yeah.
So
100%.
You have to have an open mind, and you can't get comfortable.
That's the thing, bro. People will go out and go spend all this money at the clubs and the bottles. And listen, I've done it all. I fucking have like a name. I have a plaque at Poppy Steak. Like I can go in there. I can do whatever I want. Like, it's great. It's cool. Like, I got plugs at all the restaurants. It's awesome. There's nothing more in the world than I love than showing people a good time. Like, I love putting people on. If I'm not even drinking, I'll go out and fucking spend $2,000 at a fucking table just so those people have a good time. Like, that's the type of guy I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I'll spend that money. Come fucking Monday, bro, I am in that office so juiced up and fired up to get my money back because I'm sick to my stomach that I spent the money, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it fuels you up to make more money.
But exactly. I need to keep going. I need to keep fucking turning the tank. So, like, the people ask me, like, oh, Jake, like, why would you do that? It's like, dude, that shit fires me the fuck up. Like, I want to keep going. And I don't know if I'll ever hit a max cap. I want to manage over $100 million in RTR. RTR meaning, like, the interest and, how much money the book is circulating. Mm-hmm. But, like, my goal is definitely to be retired by I'm 30. But I still want to keep going at the end of the day.
You're not going to want to stop, bro. So that was my question. Like, when you make it, quote unquote, like, we have these goals, right? When we're like 15, 16, we're broke, we have no money, we have these goals. I want to make $1 million. I want to just, when you hit that, it's like, I want to keep going.
Right.
So what are like the next 5 years like for you? Since anybody sitting on the outside watching this right now, they're like, we've all made it, right?
Right.
We're at different levels. It doesn't matter. But compared to a normal person, we've made it to what our dreams were 3-4 years ago. What is making it? Or like, what are the next 5 years like?
I mean,
what is your next? I made it. Like, what's your next goal after you have all the money, all that shit, all the watches, all the cars?
He spoke about this last night. Again, we want to manage a portfolio of over $100 million, which he's put in our minds is very doable. We know from the successes we've had that we can 100% do it. I think it's about just not being comfortable. You can literally achieve anything with the team. Millionaire mentality. That's all it takes.
It's not even about the money, then.
No, it's not. It's about achieving something. It's about achieving something, making yourself feel good. When I accomplish something, whether it's making a big paycheck or fucking waking up for the gym that day, it feels good. And the fact that I have all my people around me doing the same thing, it makes it that much better.
And that's what's good about our office and like how I've kind of built this company. Like, it's all our close friends. And listen, the biggest common discrepancy that people say is like, don't mix business with friends. And I've made that mistake. I've made that mistake like a lot. Like, it's fucked me a lot of times. And I still, like, Harry is one of my best friends. Jack's one of my best friends. Me and Harry argue a ton. Harry lives in Jersey. I live in Miami. But, like, at the end of the day, like, it's kind of hard for us to balance out, like, friendship and business. Right. It's like, am I going to call him on the weekend and ask him about business or a deal? Or am I going to call him and be like, yo, H, what up? Like, how's things? And I have gotten better at that. You know what I mean? But, like, for a certain max cap, like, I mean, bro, I built this company from the ground up, like dead scratch, and I've done pretty fucking well, and it runs like a well-oiled machine. I think for me, making probably like 15 to 20 million a year, I think that's when I'll be like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I do pretty well now.
Yeah.
Over 5 million for sure. I think I'm making at this point, but I want my friends to make 7 figures.
Right.
Like
now it's about putting your friends on.
Like this year, Jack will definitely hit 7 figures. Last year, he did not. But, like, I want him to be able to make, like, $2, $3, $4 million a year.
Right.
I want my boy H to be able to broker, syndicate, and make over $1 million. I want my boy Jordan to make over $1 million. I want my boy EJ to make over $1 million. Like, I want all my friends to eat, too. It's not just about me at the end of the day. Like, it's all about my...
That's how you're going to get far, though, bro.
And what he does is he sets the stepping stones for us to do that. Like, last year, I made good money. For anyone my age, it's very good money. It's very good money.
1% money for our age.
But another thing, he's like, don't get comfortable. You should only want more. When we were discussing our goals for this year, it's, I want to make 3,
and those
4,
goals
5.
are getting surpassed like easy.
Exactly.
We put goals on the board. His goal was like 800 grand. Like he's going over.
Yeah.
Through.
And again, he's laid the stepping stones for everyone within our circle to get to where they want to be. And, he says retire 30. He should. He deserves to step back. He deserves to not, be full in the mix because he fucking did that from the jump. He built this. And now he's giving us and his closest people an opportunity to carry on his legacy. And
I feel like he's just gonna want to jump right back in, though.
I mean, listen, someone like him.
Bro, you're wired all the time.
I mean, think about it.
The
most successful.
Love it, bro. That's the thing. You're not gonna want to stop. You're gonna get into bigger plays, but you're not
exactly. And think
stop.
about it. The most successful people in the world, they always say they're fucking retired. No one's ever retired.
Well, no,
I can't ever shut this off.
Exactly.
This doesn't shut off. It's not about the money, bro. Again, it's about just.
I don't think I'll ever.
Because once you make, I think, $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month. I've never been there yet, but I feel like the lifestyle from $500,000 a month to like $1 million, $2 million a month. There's not really a big difference. You can kind of get everything you want.
You're
with $500
free.
a month.
Yeah.
When I started,
it's about growing.
100%.
When I started making like first month, I made like 10 grand. I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy.
When I made my 10 grand a month, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Now it's
you get fired
easily
up
spending that a month.
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. Now. Exactly.
And then I was like, holy shit, I made 20, and then I made 50K one month, and then I was like, holy shit, like when I cashed out for like $2.5-3 million with Mike, and I like added that up, I was like 3 million. I was like 2 million divided by 12. I was holy shit, I was making like 120 to 170K a month.
100K a month is like the level, right? That's like where it's like really fucking
listen,
money.
At 100K a month, you're making 1.2 million a year. And if whatever tax bracket you're in, 20, 30%, whatever the case may be, if you have business write-offs, you probably take home like, I don't know, 700, 800. But the way to offset that is obviously, with tax things and stuff like that. Once you hit like a 200 plus club, you're like, holy shit, I'm making over $2 million a year. Like, I am taking home 7 figures.
Yeah.
Like, you can pretty much do
whatever the fuck you want.
You can do whatever you want, especially when at such a young age when you really don't have too many responsibilities. You got to pay your bills.
Time,
if you have a girlfriend or a wife, take care of your people.
You know you're going to make money when you wake up. So it kind of becomes like, bro, from literally as soon as I got in this business, I do the same thing every single day. I'm up at 6:30, 7 o'clock every single day. I get my 8 hours of sleep. The minute I get into the office, I have my coffee or whatever the case may be, I look at my computer screen from left to right. I've been doing the same thing for fucking 3-4 years. I check all my sheets. I check my emails. I check my bank accounts. I check the news in the business I'm in. And then I fucking get right after. And then the deals start pushing out. Like, you got to get in that routine,
Right.
or it's not gonna flush for you.
It's a system.
Right.
You
It's
got to
a
build a
system.
system.
You have to be routine.
And the money comes with the system. Like once you get that lockbox and you fucking crack that code,
Boom.
it comes with it. Like when I made like $300K plus in a month, like I mean I'll do that now easy, but like you're like holy shit, like that's a lot of money. Like
Yeah.
It's like a 1% salary in
exactly.
the United States, in the world.
You're making more. You're making just as much as the
I mean, bro, you're almost
Yeah.
you're almost making $100,000 a week.
Yeah.
Like that's good money. And listen, like I know there's guys that blow me out the water. Like I'm definitely
That's the thing.
part of that.
People, like, talk about that a little bit about comparing yourself, because like, right, I'm at this level, which I'm fucking blowing most of my friends out of the water. You guys are blowing me out of the water. I don't compare myself to you guys. I'm just like, let's grow, let's grow. How do you tell a young entrepreneur like, yo, relax, your time's coming. You don't have to compare to yourself.
So that's actually funny you bring that up. So me and Jack always we've always been into the designer stuff. Like I love the drip, you know, the Louis Vuitton. Like I love all that stuff. But we'll go out and we'll see this super clean fool driving like, you know,
Bugatti
listen,
or
if
some
I
shit.
wanted to,
Yeah.
if I wanted to, I could go buy a Ferrari. I could buy a fucking Audi R8 or whatever the fuck I want. I don't need that shit. I have a nice BMW. I have a nice house. I want to keep investing my money. I'll get that when that time comes.
It's
but
crazy mentality to have at your age.
Well, listen, like at the end of the day, I mean, my BMW is $140,000. I can go get a sports car for $140,000. But do I need to show people I have a sports car, or do I need a nice car that I want to drive in? My wife has a Porsche, like it's cool, like $80,000 car, like whatever, I don't need that. I got the nice watches. I like watches. That's like my thing. But I'll see this fool out that I know is so clean, like this Russian fucking sick guy. Like you know this guy's worth like at least 100 M's. You just see it. So when you like go see that fool is wearing like a Richard Mille or like some AP that you can only get in like Czechoslovakia or something. Like the thing's like $1 million. You're like, damn, that fool dropped an M on a fucking watch. That fool dropped an M on a Bugatti. Like
That's different.
listen,
different.
my wife is so like she likes nice things, of course. I mean, everyone does. I mean, if money doesn't make you fucking happy, then you should fucking.
You don't know how to use
Then
it.
you're not.
You don't know how to use
You
it.
don't know how to spend it.
You don't know how to spend it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
Say it again so we can clip that.
what?
If you don't like money,
If money doesn't make you happy.
Exactly.
You were live again.
I love the fact
We're
that
live.
we fucking come up from nothing, bro. Because
How many emails do you have?
We're good. EJ's
By the
handling.
way-
Shout out EJ.
Yeah, shout out, gang. By the way, me and Jack have probably lost about 50 grand doing this stupid thing.
right now,
I mean,
I owe
dude,
you 50 grand.
no.
We're gonna need a wire after this.
We're gonna need a cash advance.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Listen,
but
we have the team. They're taking care of things.
It just never stops. It never stops. But it's it's a blessing in disguise because I fucking love what I do. So
That's the biggest thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up in the morning, like, and we'll get to the struggles and all that stuff. When you wake up in the morning and you fucking hate what you do, all these people in the world, they wake up every single morning. And listen, I know my mother, who I love to death, shout out mom, she loves what she does for a living. She's been a flight attendant for 36 years. Probably makes, I don't know, 65, 70K a year, whatever the case may be. My dad, another happy one. Like, my dad didn't grow up rich or anything, but like, and I'm not here to shit on anyone on a 9 to 5, because I'm not. Like, I got all respect for you, because you wake up in the morning, you get out of bed, you're blessed to see another day.
Right.
But I know so many individuals, dog, and I cannot tell you, that are so fucking upset and hate their life so much, because they just hate what they do every day. They literally cannot stand it. Like, if you can get up in the morning and say you're happy going to work to make fucking 40, 50K a year, like, God bless you. But I'd say about 75% of the people, if not more, hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like getting the same fucking paycheck every week, like, that's a struggle, dog. Like, and
There's people that are making millions that are fucking unhappy too.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, listen,
Because they don't like what
You
they
have to become. The money will come.
Yeah.
You have to first be happy with what you're doing.
Dog, it
the
took me
money
5
will
years for this
naturally
shit.
come. Like he said, I love waking. People are like, dude, do you ever, COVID's over now, but a lot of people weren't going to the office, and some people fucking loved it. We were the complete opposite. We're like, fuck, we can't be in the office. We can't be with our people.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to wake up every day and go to a fucking job I love. Make money with the people closest to me. It's a blessing.
Huge blessing.
It's a blessing.
That's one thing that, like, and like I said, I'm not here to harp on anyone with a 9 to 5. Like, I'm really not. But like, just so many homies out there, man. And if anyone's listening to this, like, if you're not happy with what you're doing, like, you got to change shit around. So like the young entrepreneur, between 2022 and 2023, actually, I'd say 2021 and 2023 now, there's been so many opportunities that you can cap on. Like, there's a million things you can do to make so much money. If you're sitting and you're listening to this and you're just saying, like, I'm not happy right now, hit me up. I'll give you some advice. I got no problem doing that. Don't ask me for a job because I'm not hiring right now.
We're not hiring.
We're not hiring. But, like, just, like, do what you want, man. Like, you can't just sit every day and do the same fucking routine bullshit.
And there's so much someone can guide you to do or push you to do. At the end of the day, nothing is going to get done if you don't believe you can do it or you want to do it. Someone can show you how to make $1 million in one day.
If you ain't
gonna if you're not gonna man up or make those changes that need to be changed to get where you want to be, you're gonna be stuck in the same fucking spot for 20 years when you're 50 years old and have $50K in your bank account. And you're gonna say, what the fuck?
Sitting on a shitty 401k, you're like, dude, fuck this shit.
That's crazy, bro. They brainwash us from the get to learn that. So how do you get out of that? How do you teach someone to get out of that when all you do is go to school and learn this, learn that, 9 to 5, get a job?
Well, listen,
they don't even teach you how to fucking do your taxes in school.
Right.
It's set up for
it's almost set up for failure.
It is set up for failure. So it's the Matrix, bro.
And listen, there's no excuse right now. Like you can literally.
We're in a different era, bro.
This is like
you could make millions of dollars just from this.
From your fucking phone, dude.
Like people spend this on a weekend in Miami. Even if you're broke, you're spending $1,000 on the weekend.
Exactly.
Going out, you can get an iPhone.
There's so many things to do. Ask that question again. The same one you just asked.
What did I just ask?
Basically, how do you? What was it?
What did I just ask?
You're programmed.
Yes, you're programmed to follow the Matrix.
Oh yeah,
how do you get out of it?
So how do you get out
of the Matrix?
Okay, so it's pretty fucking simple. And for people that are, like I said, listening to this, don't act like it's not simple making money. It's a lot of hard work. But in order for you to get out of it, you gotta exit out all the bullshit you used to do. If you're gonna continue every weekend to go fucking drink, and listen, I follow people on Instagram I probably shouldn't follow, but I just see them every single week because I'm hoping in the back of my mind, I'm like, is that person gonna do something different this weekend? If you're doing the same thing every fucking weekend, drinking, spending money, eating at the same restaurants, hanging out with the same people, how do you fucking expect to change? Like, there's nothing you're gonna change. If I'm used to go out and now I'm fucking hanging around people that are talking about money on the weekends,
it's different.
What do you think's gonna happen to me? If you want to escape that fucking old life of yours, and trust me, I had all that old bullshit, dude. You gotta fucking sit down and really think to yourself. You gotta be alone for a second, okay?
You gotta put your head down.
You gotta put your head down, and you gotta look at your phone, and you gotta look at the group chats you're in. That's how I know where my circle is. All my pinned chats are people that I make money with. They're not friends. I have my family chat. I have my wife up there, of course. But the rest of it is my company chats. The only thing we talk about in those fucking chats is about making money. If you're in a group chat with a bunch of guys that are asking you to fucking go party and day drink and do this and do that, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen, dog? Like, if you want to escape that old past, you have to fucking get into the new era. Yeah. And we're here. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're gonna get shit on if you don't fucking wake up and smell the coffee. Because
the definition they say of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Right. If you keep doing the same bullshit, you're gonna keep getting the same bullshit results.
Yeah.
You have to make a change.
And it almost like pisses me off in the fact of, because you're asking me and you're swiping up on my shit and you're like, wow, that's cool. This is, and I see what you're doing, but like you're obviously in my shit a little bit. And this doesn't happen a lot, but like you obviously are curious to what I'm doing.
Well, they see you going out, they see you going to the restaurants, drinking, spending all the money, but they don't know that you guys put your head down for years.
And also
during the week, none of that happens though, and that's the difference between us.
The years that you were building everything. Where did that go?
But that's what's different than us. Like, I don't understand how people can wake up after going out at 2 o'clock and getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning and expect to see results. This one thing George Masvidal said, I saw it on a fucking TikTok, bro. How do you expect to go out all fucking weekend long, okay? You're going to go out all weekend. You're going to drink Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, you're going to maybe have some mimosas at fucking Moxie's with your fucking stupid dog, your fucking poodle, and you're going to take an Instagram video. You know what I'm saying, right?
She knows what you're saying.
You're going to sit at fucking Moxie's or you're going to sit at fucking Bagatelle because you think you can fucking afford the place. And now I'm going to shit on all these fucks because I'm sick and tired of this shit.
Let it rip.
Okay, how do you expect to do that Friday to Saturday? Come to work on Monday, and you think you're about to ball the fuck out. You might get lucky and close a deal or look cool in front of your boss, but you damn know well that you're gonna fucking feel like shit the rest of that day, probably on Tuesday too, and then you got Wednesday and Thursday to shine, to show people who you really are. You gotta be so locked in Monday to Friday. In my business, it's really not a thing, but we made it a fucking thing because I like fucking making money. Friday's when I fucking get paid, bro. Like, I'll make money Monday through Friday. I'll fucking make plenty of fucking money. Friday, the bigger deals close. You wrap up things from the week. But back to what I was saying, like, how do you expect to fucking drink all weekend, party, spend money you don't fucking have, and you think you're going to escape what you're fucking in right now? You're hanging out with the same fucking people, dog.
They're
Hanging out
doing
with
the same
You
shit.
make money to spend on the weekend, and then
Exactly.
You have your
and
one
then
friend who's fucking, yo, let's go get an 8-ball and stay up till fucking 4 a.m. It's like, bro, like, how is that gonna, how are you supposed to level up and become a better person if you're gonna sniff coke till fucking 3, 4 a.m., drink your face off and wake up? I wake up, I don't drink anymore. Like, I'm done drinking. I had some problems I had to take care of, anxiety, bullshit. I might have a glass of wine here and there. But alcohol started to make me feel so shitty and stuffy that my brain wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Because I had so many things going on and so many opportunities to make money on the weekends and during the week, like, it just wouldn't work out.
And you want to be the big boss, you're going to go out and do all the bullshit on the weekends and come in hungover on Monday, Tuesday, and be tired and not perform to your maximum capability. There is going to be someone, whether it's at the job you're at, sitting fucking next to you, that's going to outperform you. You want to be the best, you have to perform to the maximum potential you can,
And bro,
everyone can.
And-
But they limit themselves
Yeah.
when they go out and do the bullshit on the weekend.
And I don't want to act like we don't have fun, because we do. Like, people are probably watching this right now and they're like, oh, well, I saw you at Bagatelle fucking spraying a flame.
But another thing they don't know-
flamethrower and all this. But another thing you don't know, I didn't fucking drink. And I fucking had the time of my life. And all I did was go to dinner. I got home at 12 o'clock. Like, listen, I'm 26 years old. I got to enjoy myself.
Of
But at
course.
the end of the day, dog, you have to have balance between things. You can't just continue to fucking rotate and do that same bullshit. Number one, you're putting shit fucking food into your system, which, trust me, I love eating more than anything. Like, I will go spend $5,000 on a fucking dinner if the food's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But, like, you won't catch me eating dick food anymore. I just won't do that.
But also at those dinners, you know what the conversations we're having, or how are we going to better ourselves this upcoming week?
Right.
When we're at dinner, we're not sitting and
a
talking
business
about
dinner.
the club after or what we're doing tomorrow to watch the fucking football game. It's what are we going to do on Sunday to prepare ourselves for Monday. We went to Bagatelle the other night and had a ripper of a night, and it was fucking awesome. But all the conversations we have are about bettering ourselves and making every single person at that table more successful.
You guys made
Whether
a
it's
shitload of money
happy,
at that table.
exactly,
Yeah, dude, we've all
exactly.
fucking broke hella bread together. And then when Sunday rolls around, you bet your ass I'm looking through all my, and I do this every Sunday, and I'll annoy the shit out of my employees for this one. I'll go through all my emails when like 5, 6 o'clock hits. I'll go through all my group chats, and I will literally ask every single one of these, like, what's your projections for this week? What are you going to make this week? What's the goals? How are we going to come in Monday morning fired up? And I will know, and I used to deal with this, but I fucking fired all the rest of them because they were all fucking bums and they didn't want to work. And they did that bullshit where they just go out and like show up Monday.
We hate the weekends. I wish fucking there was a 7-day work week.
Yeah.
I would be 10 times, in a better situation.
And bro, like I said, we go out and rip. We have a good time, but like there has to be balance. And you can't go out and like just like, bro, like I watch these fools' Instagram stories. I don't need to say names. Bro, they're at like the same club every single weekend. They're literally doing the same thing, renting the boats. And I love doing all that. But when I rent a fucking yacht or I go on a boat in Miami, you bet your ass I'm talking about work or something.
Yeah.
So like as far as you're like, what's your piece of advice? The best piece of advice I can give you is stop hanging around the fucking bums you're hanging around with, or you're just gonna be drowning in nothing. Those guys you're hanging out with don't have any desire to make money. And if they do, they talk about it, but they don't fucking do it.
There's a difference between
There's a
talking
difference
about
between talking about it and doing it.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna say something, you bet your ass I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and jerk you around and say, oh, like I'm sorry, like I didn't do this. Like, no, bro, like this is what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
So like when you fucking ask me like, what's your piece of advice? That's my piece of advice for you. That is the best piece of advice you will get. And I've learned that from so many entrepreneurs and guys who have taught me how to make money. Is just stop hanging around with those guys that like you can't do the same shit. Like if you keep circulating in that circle, dog, then just simply take yourself out of that equation and fucking do something else. Move if you have to move If you have to move away because these people are just draining you fucking dry, that's what you have to do. Or you're gonna let fucking 5 to 10 years pass, and you're gonna say, "Holy shit! I wish I would have listened to Jake." Or I wish I would have listened to that person.
Can't move from Miami though.
No.
If you can't fucking find
Yeah,
it
but
within you
Florida's
to
such a
leave those
beautiful
people,
place.
Yeah.
Miami's where the money's at though.
Exactly.
You guys know that.
Exactly.
There's no more money to be made than
You want
Miami.
to talk about Miami?
Completely agree. But going back
Everybody
to that,
let's talk about how people should move to Miami.
well,
You live in Miami? Of course,
Everybody
right?
fucking lives
Yeah,
in
everyone
Miami.
lives in
Everybody's
Miami.
moving to Miami, bro.
and again, we touch on, all of the, obviously the highlights, we haven't really touched on the struggles,
Let's
but
do it.
we've gone through that. We put in the work to get where we're at
Bro,
now.
That's why you guys
Maybe
can share what
maybe
you're
you didn't
sharing.
see the struggle. You know why you didn't see the fucking struggle?
You
Is
weren't
because
there.
we were grinding at 10 o'clock at night when Joe Schmo was going to fucking Moxie's on a Thursday. We were staying late and bettering ourselves and bettering our pockets.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be posting the shit on Instagram when we're fucking grinding, because we're grinding. We're trying to get to where I can post, the whole thing, that do the nice dinners.
Oh, is there
But-
more water?
I think the struggle goes a little bit unlooked because not a lot of people want to hone in on what they had to go through because maybe they're embarrassed or they don't want to be at their office at 12 o'clock at night when all their homies are at the club. But those are the sacrifices you have to make. And again, no one is going to give you that. No one, nothing is given in life. You have to put in some amount of work to get there. And if you're not going to put in the work, like Jake said, you're going to be in the same fucking spot you were at 26 when you're 46.
Dude, I can't tell you like the amount of and now we'll talk about it because we've talked about all the wins, all the money we make, like whatever. Like that's good to talk about, okay? But there is I went the first year I got down in Miami. All right, I literally just partied my ass off. Like I told you this, spent money out
Thursday
of
to
control.
Sunday, we
Thursday
were
to
fucking at the
Sunday,
club.
like at the club.
You gotta get out of your
Wouldn't
system.
show up. Like I'm probably lucky I'm not like fucking dead because I was just like out of control. Like, I had to go to the hospital, panic attacks. I still deal with anxiety. I've had fucking high blood pressure, fucking like all this shit. And listen, I don't mind sharing it. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of struggles for me, bro. Like, I failed. I've funded certain deals I shouldn't have funded. And now I'm out on fucking $1 million because of those deals. And I probably won't get collected. Like, there's certain struggles and things that I failed with that now I do better. Like, if you know...
You have to embrace it.
You have to embrace it.
It's part of you.
Exactly.
It makes you.
If you know something is not going to be good for you, don't fucking do it. Like, if you know if you go out on a Friday and you know what like your friends are about to get into, and you know once you touch that first drink, like you know you're about to fucking like start getting drunk and then you're not going to end up till 3 a.m. Simply just remove yourself from that shit.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what's going to cause you to fail and not live up to the maximum full potential you're at, then just don't do it.
And
dude.
stop trying to justify it. Everyone justifies, oh, it's
Yeah.
just one night. That one night is going to lead to 10 more nights like that. And then that's going to lead to 10 years of you doing the same
Yeah.
shit and never changing, never leveling up. Everyone should have the same mindset where you want to level up. No one should want to stay in the same.
Yeah.
You should never want to be. Today, I do not want to be in the same spot I am right now in a year from now. I want to have the ability to level up and maximize my potential. Everyone has everyone has incredible potential. I think everyone's born with the same, you just have to fucking work.
Yeah.
And there's so much you can do to surround yourself with people. You just have to do it yourself. Whether you think, oh, my friend's not going to like me
You
anymore.
can definitely get help.
You can get help. You can get guided.
But you got to learn and you got to fucking listen.
You have to
You
do
gotta
it
be a little
yourself.
cutthroat, bro. Because if you don't go out with your friends on a Friday night, they're gonna make you feel bad.
Exactly.
And you gotta learn who to cut off and not.
But it goes back to the hate. If you can take damn, bro, I thought you were coming out tonight. I was excited to see you. Whatever.
No, fuck all that shit, bro.
Exactly.
It's literally about one thing. It's
That,
about
and
not being
also
a
that
pussy.
maybe that person shouldn't be your friend anyways, because clearly they don't want what's best for you.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna try to justify that you can come to the club one night, you can come and get fucked up one night. No, it's going to
But
set you back.
The best piece of that is it's like, okay, I went to the fucking club, and guess what? I spent money that I shouldn't have spent, and now you feel like shit, and now your friend feels like a fucking asshole too. And that's why I said like the business, like with the friendship shit, like if those people that you work with, and not many people are in a position like me, Jack, and Harry, and Jordan, and EJ, and all them, where like we work together and we hang out on the weekends. But most of these people that work at these Fortune 500 companies and like all these big companies, you really shouldn't want to hang out with your friends on the weekends. You should want to disconnect. Because the mind is a very powerful thing. Like, it's very fucking powerful. If you keep doing that same shit you're going to do every weekend, like, you get sick and tired of it, and then you get burnt out. Like, for a while, I was like, like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Like, just dealing with so much crazy bullshit. Like, I gained weight. Thank God I lost it, or I'd be a fat slob. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things. Sorry, bro.
Bro, Jay cracks me up, man.
Yeah, but like, you know, that's that. As far as the struggles for the entrepreneurship, that's the piece of advice I can give you, because there's.
And fail as many times as possible,
Take
but
risks,
but
do things.
don't hone in on the
Move
failure.
quickly.
You can
Learn.
look on your fucking Instagram, dog, and just look at motivational shit all day. I post it all day. I eat, sleep, and breathe that shit, dude.
And you know what? You know what most the Joe Schmo says? Oh, it's cringy. He's posting this.
Fuck you.
I don't give a fuck. You know what? This is helping me be 10 times better than you.
Yeah,
That's all it's all
100%.
about.
100%.
Talk about your biggest struggle, Jack. What is like I had one turning point in my life that really flipped the switch for me, where I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna turn the Jets on and go.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you guys when you guys were like, I can't do this no more. I can't be broke anymore.
Can't do what though?
Like for me, it was just struggling jobs, barely
Yeah.
making
Oh,
money.
from the start.
I can tell you
when
right
you guys
now.
were broke, when you guys had that point where you were like, all right, I'm gonna put my foot on the gas.
My thing, I was going back to, the come up. I was living in New York, paying for rent by myself. I was literally living paycheck to paycheck. I would make $1,800 bi-weekly. My rent was $1,400.
That's torture, bro.
I had $400 to get me to food just for me to live. And I always thought, it was in my head, I'm like, is it always going to be like this? Because again, my dad, who's one of the smartest guys in the world, he's awesome, but he did very well in Wall Street, but it's very, segmented. You come to work at this time every day, and it's the same thing for the next 10 years.
Right.
And you can do well in that, but that is, I didn't see myself doing well in
outdated
that. It
too,
was
I think.
it was outdated, and it was
outdated.
limiting me. And you should never live with regrets, but one of my biggest regrets was not joining Jake and giving him the, because he was always like, bro, you have to come see this.
Took him a solid like 6 to 8 months to really
fully,
get going.
get my mindset to the mindset I'm talking about, to
Right.
get out of the matrix and not want to do what everyone else is doing because everyone else goes to work 9 to 5. I didn't know anyone besides Jake who was working for themselves and had the freedom to make money and also put his people on and also be happy doing what you're doing. I really struggled in that. I was not happy. And, I was right out of college.
Stepping outside your box.
Everyone says, the first years out of college are going to be the most fun. I didn't want fun. I wanted stability and I wanted success. And the only way to get that was to get out of my comfort zone. And it's exactly what I did. I said, hey, Dad, I don't want to work for the corporate system. I wanted something better.
Yeah.
And
And that's a problem with growing up in our town too. You know what I mean?
everyone's very,
I mean,
high school, good grades,
Like, if your
college.
dad
You
work-
can't blame
if-
them though,
if you-
because even us Cuban parents, they train us to be like, go to school, get a job, because
Exactly.
20, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, that's all we had.
Yep.
There wasn't all this Forex shit, all
You
this
work
crypto
till you're
shit.
60 and then you retire and you have
That's
a
what the
couple
norm
money to.
was, so
I'm
you gotta
super.
get with the date.
You have
it's
to.
outdated.
You're right. 100%.
And there's a misconception about people saying the 20s are the funnest years. You got to enjoy them. That's bullshit, bro. The funnest years are the 30s and the 40s and the 50s when you're fucking loaded.
No, 100%, bro.
And even when we were struggling, like think about how much fun we had being in the office for fucking 14 hours.
yeah.
And that shit's fun.
fun as
And
fuck.
it's leading you to, I keep
And bro,
saying the
it's
promised
making you
land. It's
money.
getting you there.
There is no promised land, though. The promised land's right now.
Yeah, you're right. The present.
Promised land's right now what we have right now, bro, if you think about it.
Yeah, everyone. I
That's
think
what I'm saying,
another
there's no
a common,
goals.
a common misconception is everyone focuses too much on the future. The only thing that will impact your future is how you are in the present times.
Right.
The only thing. You don't work hard right now, you're not going to have the nice things in the future.
Exactly.
So many people regret fucking what they did with their life. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to let
No.
my friends be that person. Like, I'm not going to sit when I'm fucking 45, 50 years old and say, fuck, I wish I could have did that. Like, I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And my biggest struggle, I think, fucking, growing up and shit was just like, I didn't grow up with any money or anything. So, like, I always, like, when I was like a kid and stuff, but once I hit like high school and like after school, like we would all come home and stuff, like I couldn't keep up. And I always kind of got shit on because like I had to get by. I mean, bro, I could tell you a million stories of me, I would literally, I'll tell you this one funny story. I went on Craigslist. You know the story?
Yeah.
I went on Craig, and this was like the struggle for me. This is what I was doing to like just keep up with my friends. Like I never saved money, bro. Like I never had a savings. If I probably saved, I would have had probably a shit ton more money like during that like time period.
And really quick, we're from a place where Jake was probably one of the only kids I knew and grew up with who actually had a job in high school.
Yeah.
No one else had to.
I was a bus boy. I mean, I did it all. So I
It's a
went
blessing, bro, to be able to go through that.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
grew up with money, you're never gonna have the fire.
Never.
You guys have.
100%.
You're never gonna have
100%.
that.
I went on Craigslist. I'll get back to the story. And I look at this one car. I'm like looking for cars. I had like $2,000. And I was like a degenerate. Like I was trying to gamble to make money. Fucking like just whatever I could do, bro. I'd sell shoes, selling fake fucking watches. Like,
Golf clubs.
Golf clubs. Like I posted
Hoverboards.
hoverboards, dude. Like
Dude,
just like whatever,
story,
bro.
bro.
So I buy this fucking old Buick. I have my boy JT drive me down to Tom's River. Tom's River's like a community where like a bunch of old people live. This car's like $1,200. This lady sells me the car. All right, I grab the car. No license plate. Not even a registration. I had it lined up to flip it down the street at this junkyard. I sold the thing for $2,500. I drove this car for fucking 20 minutes with no license plate. I'm driving this thing, dude, and I'm like looking in my back rearview mirrors. But listen, I made the flip and I did it. And, you know, like, I never was worried that I wasn't going to find a niche. I had a feeling that I would, like, the only thing I could do, because I didn't have a college degree, was, like, I do construction, I maybe get in the union. But I didn't have connections like that because I grew up with such a shitty fucking reputation. You know what I mean? Like, because I fucked up. You know, I made plenty of mistakes. Like, I was a fucking jackass. But, like, whatever. That's the past. And that was my struggle. And then I flipped the switch in my head once I started, you know, I had an opportunity to go into Wall Street. I was like, holy shit, like, this is my opportunity. I'm not gonna blow it. And I kind of just took it and ran, bro. And, you know, it was history ever since then.
Yeah.
You know?
I think all those fuck ups are what make.
Bro, listen, all the
you say it like it's a
yeah.
bad thing, but looking back, I was like, dude, I'm fucking up so much. I'm fucking up. I'm ruining everything. But in reality, I was creating the path that I needed to know what not to do in order to find out what it is I
You're
have
learning
to do, you know?
from your failures.
You have to keep fucking up. That's what
You
people.
have
I
to.
always say over and over again. People are so afraid to fuck up.
Yep.
They have to keep fucking up.
But
like,
that's
the more
like
you
you
fuck
said.
up, the closer you are to getting.
Yeah.
your
That's
success.
what, you know, the Matrix, you could say, has programmed people to feel. It's you can't fuck up.
Well, they fuck up and then they feel bad for themselves. And they
Exactly.
think they're an idiot for fucking up. But in reality, you gotta keep fucking up,
Have
bro.
to.
You
Yeah.
have to.
No, 100%. And that's something that comes with, like, waking up every day, making your fucking bed. You know, getting into that
You
routine.
make your fucking bed?
No, but I should. my wife
Have
makes
you ever
the
made
bed.
your fucking bed?
I have, but I make it fucking shitty. My wife makes the bed. But I'll tell you one thing.
Don't fucking sit here and tell me to
Yeah.
make their fucking bed.
Dude, I'm talking about a fucking routine.
Being
all right?
routine
I'm
and,
talking
and
about being
having
routine.
having meaning. Like, what are you gonna wake up?
Yeah, yeah.
I know so many fucking people who their morning consists of 4 hours of you wake up and you go on your couch and you fucking do a bunch of this. And what is that doing to better you? How are you not gonna wake up? You're blessed to even, you know, wake up.
Wake up.
How are you gonna start your day by already limiting yourself?
Yeah.
Dude, we struggled with that for so long. When, you know, I'll talk about, like, employees and stuff because, like, I have some cool stories.
Yeah.
We had at one point we had like 45 employees in this massive office in Triple Crown, on Flagler Street. I mean, this bitch was fucking like 7,000 square feet, bro. Like it was huge. And like you walked in and you were like, whoa, like gongs ringing. Someone's like, fuck you, asshole. Like Wolf of Wall Street type shit. But these kids are coming into work every single day at like 10:30. And this went on for like 2-3 months. And I'm like, bro, like what'd you just roll? Like the kids looking like shit. I'm like, bro, what'd you just roll out of bed and come here?
Jake
like,
was the owner of the company and was the first person
I'm
in
the
that
first
office.
person in the office, dressed to a fucking T, bro. Like I'm dialed, ready to go. Like, wouldn't you think if like, and that's one thing that people don't get with this whole like entrepreneurship thing. It's like, bro, you got to wake up in the morning and get into that routine of doing something.
Yeah.
You can't just all of a sudden just like roll out of bed. It's like, oh, my day starts. Like, part of being an entrepreneur is planning to do what you're going to seek that week.
Right.
And if you don't have like goals and those ideas set, it's where are you going? You know what I mean? Like
No roadmap. No GPS.
Exactly.
I'd have this one fool fucking coming to the office every day at like 10 o'clock. Dude, this guy like scruff on his face, like a fucking jewel like hanging from his lip, like And he like has a hat on. It's like literally looking like this. It
Slides and
like slides
gym
and
shorts.
just like his back. You know, like people that wore those Jan Sports that had fucking and they would sag to their asses. But like you would have a good homie that would have a backpack and it would like be normal.
Yeah.
This homie's backpack was on like one arm and it would just like sag below his ass. It's like walking through like
And, it had
and
like
we're all
empty
in
water
morning
bottles
meeting
in
when
it.
this is happening. It happened like 6 times in a row. I'm like, yo, like what are you doing, dog?
I'm
Like,
surprised you didn't tell me to get the fuck out.
Well,
oh, we
eventually,
did.
yeah.
Eventually, I did. I was like, bro, like, you gotta go. This just isn't working out for you anymore. And we just, and that's what kind of made me who I am. I learned so much by having employees. And dude, don't get me wrong. I've made so many mistakes. Like, I was a good boss, bad boss. Like, sometimes I still do fuck up, but I don't have a lot of people to manage now. And my boys know what they're doing, so it's a different story. But like, bro, I had so many mistakes where I was so hard on my people. And like, other times I would not be hard, but like, I learned so much from them because I saw that I was so much different from them that I told myself in mind, I was like, I'm never going to be like those people. Like, I can't wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, and just get to office. I need to shower. I need to have my breakfast. I work out. I have my sauna. Like, I need to have that.
You gotta get ready for that fucking intensity that
have to.
entrepreneurs
Well, bro,
go
I mean,
through, the
you're going
If
to...
you're stressed as an entrepreneur, you're not gonna make money.
Exactly.
If you don't know how to handle
you
that
have
shit-
to embrace it.
Bro, you have to have other things to do. And that's advice I can give. Like, you can't just work. Like, you have to have balance and, 100%. But, like, that's going back to saying, like, how can you expect to want to be in my shoes? Or how can I expect to want to be in someone else's shoes if I'm not doing what they're doing?
Right.
Like,
Good.
you have to do what those people are doing. Like, I would literally write down notes and, like, look at these people are wearing. What, like, lingo they're using. And I would start saying their lingo. Like, that's how I learned. I would just...
You're literally
I would
creating
literally...
what it is you want.
Like, you know how you can click copy and paste on a computer? I did that in my fucking mind. I copy and I fucking pasted it. And I would just fucking do that and I'd follow what they're doing. So as far as my employees, and that's how Jack learned too, he would do what I do. He started saying the things I said. He started fucking talking to lenders the way I do. Talking to, certain employees. Like, because that's how you learn, bro. You don't learn by fucking just being a jackass and doing the same bullshit that no one's doing.
Yeah,
You
you
learn
don't have
by...
to reinvent the wheel, bro.
No,
Copy
dog.
and paste.
No, exactly.
My boy, the wheel is invented already. You just
Yeah.
got to keep fucking
Spin it.
turning
Spin it a different way.
Exactly.
Spin it yourself.
Exactly.
You got to keep spinning the wheel. And that's how I learned as someone who's been as successful as I am to just follow. You got to follow the people that are winning. You don't want to follow the people that are
losing.
fucking. And that's back to the whole bullshit over the weekends.
It's the same. It's
And
simple concepts, bro. That
you have
that
to
you
know
gotta
what you-
follow.
But the problem is, people don't get it. They don't fucking do it. People say, "Oh yeah,
Or they
I'm
do it
going."
for a little bit, and then
They do it for a little bit.
Exactly.
They
It's,
say,
it's the biggest thing to make money is just don't be a pussy. I think. I mean, don't be a little bitch.
Don't
like
be
when you go in
scared.
6 months and you're fucking tired and you're stressed and one thing went bad, like most people fucking flake and they give up.
Bro,
Exactly.
we work on commission only. Like, I make all the money I make on a commission
We're
base.
not guaranteed
I'm not
anything.
guaranteed a thing, dude.
Not a single dollar is
If
guaranteed
I-
to come
yeah.
into us just by showing up to
Yeah.
the office.
If I don't put in the work or we don't put in the work, the money's not going to come in. Like, so, and that's for people that came into my office. They're like, oh, I have to sit down and dial a phone all day. Okay, what the fuck did you think I did for 2-3 years
Exactly.
straight? I dialed the phone all day, and yes, it sucked. Did I want to quit? Yes. I almost gave up a ton of times, but I didn't do it. I just kept getting through it. So, like, you can't, like, that's bullshit to me that people don't want to fucking put in the work. I disagree with that shit.
and oh, you're tired? You know who else was tired? Jeff Bezos was probably tired when he was working out of a fucking shoebox.
Yeah.
So-
Everybody was fucking tired. Bro.
Exactly. It's all a mindset, bro.
It's that one of those quotes that you said that was super cliche. If you want to get to where very few people get, you got to do what very few people do. And
Exactly.
It's fucking hard, bro. It's
Yep.
it's all painted nice and pretty on our Instagrams and on social media.
Bro, it's a
But
layup,
it's
dog. You
fucking
have a
hard,
layup
bro.
from fucking LeBron, dog. All you got to do
Yeah.
is dunk that shit.
But that's what makes the success so much more meaningful is when you can confidently say, "Fuck, a year ago I was fucking doing the bullshit, but now look at me."
And you know
that's
what?
what makes it that much better.
And you know what's so addicting and so fucking good is seeing results.
Yep.
Dude, I can't tell you, man. Like, if I could rewind my whole life, I would, number one, I would never fucking do it again. But from where I started to where I am now, like, dude, seeing your results is the best thing in the world. Seeing what you've accomplished and what you've built, that's true shit.
Yeah.
That's true shit. It's like, holy shit, like, I did that. That was me. Nobody else did that for me. I did that.
We're privileged, bro,
powerful.
to grow up
That's-
with nothing again because if we
powerful.
grew up with all that money and all that.
That's
fucking,
real
it's
boss
like-
shit is seeing what you've done. And the most boss shit is putting your fucking people on as well.
Yeah.
seeing the results that you've taught these people how to do this, and I'm not saying I've taught, because my boys have learned a lot on their own. Like, it's not all me, because I'm telling you right now, they've earned it themselves too. But seeing like results come in and seeing what is on the table now, that's what makes you happy.
Every play he makes is benefiting his boys before him. I can confidently say that everything he does, even if maybe some of our friends aren't financially at a place where they can, put money into an investment like this, he's still going to lay that out there for you. And he's always going to make sure you're set up for success
pay me back.
for when that time comes. And it's not even about giving someone, giving someone, here, take this, bro, pay me back when you can. It's not about that. He's giving us opportunity. And opportunity will never end. Until the day you die, there will always be opportunity. You just have to maximize on it. And he sets his people up before him Monday through Sunday.
That's fucking dope.
And
And
that's
you're
a
only going to
blessing.
get more with that, bro. You're going to build a team of fucking warriors that are fucking making money all the time with you.
I'll end it here with my goal. I think we're pretty much toasted, right? What my goal is, and for anyone that is listening, I want to be able to run. So I'll tell you, me and Mike owned Prince Funding, okay? The sister company that owned Prince was called Queen Funding. Huge, lender in the space. Shout out to Josh and Max. They're the owners over there. Good people of mine. They believed in me massively. They helped me get to where I am today. I want to have a Queen. Queen has like 20 companies under them that all lend out. I'm slowly doing that. I have like 15 companies. I'm going to have more than them. My goal is to have Jack, EJ, Harry, Jordan, my buddy Ken, and a few of other my employees. My boy Anthony's in Jersey. He just started with us. I want them to have their own platforms, and I want to sit back and I want to guide them to the promised land. That's what I've made my money, and I still want to make money. But I want to see my friends win at the end of the day. Because if they win, guess who else is going to win?
Yeah.
Me. The pot is me. I am the pot. I'm the CEO of the company. Yep. But they're going to be able to run that shit like I have the last 3-4 years, and then they're going to fucking start building. Under them, now they're going to have guys under them. And it's a fucking It's like a line of fucking
wheel,
credit.
bro. It's the wheel.
It's fucking revolving, and it ain't going to stop.
Exactly.
My goal...
Favorite fucking movie.
I realistically... Yeah.
Yeah.
Go! I think a realistic goal... I want to have... My goal...
Fuck, you got to reword that. The word realistic does not fucking exist in our vocabulary. No. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, my goal... And I'm going to do this. I'll have $50 million by the time I'm 30.
You told it to me yesterday.
Yep.
$50 million by the time I'm 30, net worth wise. That's the money I have. And then by 35, 37, I think $100 million is doable. And I think by having all those assets and investing into the smart plays is what is going to make it happen.
Speaking it into
you
existence.
got to be smart. Yeah,
We didn't
speaking
even touch
it
on
into
that,
existence.
bro. Manifesting,
Man,
all that shit,
give it to me.
visualizing.
Like, bro, we keep talking about the cliche things. Everyone, when you say I'm manifesting this, like everyone goes back to all the same shit. Everyone's worried about what other people are gonna think.
No one gives a fuck.
We'll talk
There's
about
times where we'll post
bro.
on Instagram, I'm gonna make fucking $100 million this year, whatever it is. People look at that and they're like, oh, what a fucking
When
asshole.
I see his post, I get jacked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yo, my
me
goal
too.
was only $1 million this year.
So
He's
that's-
trying to make
exactly.
$100 million?
That's the problem.
What do I got to do to get there?
Exactly.
You know?
That's the problem. My homie Jake Moscato, he actually owns the Journey podcast. I'm gonna steal this line from him. And listen, I'm a fucking person that does this, but I make shit happen at the end of the day, so I can do this. People are so fucking worried about going to the nice restaurants, letting people know that they're there. And I post all my shit on Instagram. Like I do that because I earned it though.
Yeah.
I don't post it to like say, oh fuck you, like this and that. Like I post it because I like posting that stuff, and me and my friends genuinely have a good time. But people are so worried about going out and showing other people what they have when you literally don't have any fucking money.
Yeah.
How are you going to go to Poppy Steak, Komodo, or wherever the fuck you want to go every weekend to show people you're going there, and you come Monday morning and you fucking look at your bank account, you're like, oh my God, I don't have anything. That's what's the problem is in 2023 and 2022, it happened too. Yeah. People are so worried about showing people that they fucking made it. I've done that. People know I've made it. I don't need to prove anything. I have a fucking $2 million crib. Right. I got millions of dollars in assets. I own a fucking 8-figure business. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I've done it already. But if you're that person that's listening to this and you're just saying to yourself, like, well, okay, like I'm doing the same thing, like, bro, stop fucking doing that shit.
Yeah.
Stop
No one
worrying about
cares.
what other people think. I don't care. I'm happy you're fucking winning. People are like, oh, well, you're not pissed because he's doing better. Like, bro, no. Because if he's doing better than me, I'm going to learn off that. But stop worrying about fucking going to these nice places. My homies hit me up all the time to come down to Miami. It's like, yo, can you get me in this place? Dude, I know that home. Like, and these aren't like my homies. These are people I know. It's like, bro, I know you. Like, well, why are you going there? Like, what is that doing for you? Like, no offense.
You're gonna empty your whole bank account for
you
one
can't
fucking
afford
night
that
to
fucking
post
place.
on.
Yeah, it doesn't make fucking. I mean,
You know
once
what I
you
mean?
make it and you do it.
Exactly,
But
and we going back
people
to
think
like
that
all
people
the
care about them and like
going
they
back to
don't.
yeah, exactly. Going back to like the nice things, having the nice things, wearing the nice clothes. Like Jake and I, from the day we've known each other, we've seen it from where we're from. Everyone has the nice. We always said when we have it, that's what I want. Like I don't have to buy the stuff to show. I'm not buying this to show other people I can wear a fucking $900 T-shirt.
Yeah.
I do this for myself.
100%.
I'm at a point where I can fucking pay. I can wear a Rolex. I can wear nice clothes, nice shoes because I earned it.
Yeah.
That's
I
what it's
deserve
about,
it.
bro.
And that's
And
when
if
it
you want
comes-
to talk
yeah.
shit
Feels so
about
much
the
better
thing, you want to
rocking
talk
shit when you earned it too.
You want to talk shit
Bruh,
about the
it's
things
the
I like,
best.
then you're dealing with
It's the
struggles
best.
yourself.
And that's when it comes to manifesting things, bro. Like, if you set a goal for yourself, don't do that fucking goal for a month, dog. Like, don't post and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, kill them in silence. And I
Just be like, boom, I did it.
And bro, I posted about everything. I always do. But when I post about that shit,
It's already
sorry
being
to break
done.
it to you, it's already being done, and I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's that one kid that sees our stories and like
And gets
"Damn,
jacked up."
I'm gonna change my life.
they get
That's what
juiced
it's all
up,
about.
bro.
That's what
People
makes
are gonna
us feel
see your
good.
shit. They're gonna get jacked up, bro.
Exactly.
They're gonna get jacked up. And
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
manifesting it is a big thing, and any people that are gonna listen to this podcast after, and they're like, I hope that me and Jack did motivate you, and I appreciate you obviously having us on, but like,
course.
bro, call us if you want to talk to us. Like, hit us up. Like, I'm down to help you, become that better person. Because listen, I'm telling you right now, I see you watching my Instagram stories. I know you're interested. I know you're fucking creeping on my
the keyboard warriors.
The keyboard warriors
Yeah.
are out, and I see the views. I had a lot of followers, but guess what? My Instagram got deleted by some hating ass motherfucker. But listen, it's okay. You can do that. I'm telling you right now, I'm laughing to the bank a lot harder than you are. You know what I mean? So like, that's on you. But anyone out there that wants it, and they want to talk to me and Jack, and they're more interested about what we do and what we want to do, like, please call us. But dude, I really appreciate you having us on here,
Yeah, bro. This
was
was fucking awesome.
We gotta do it
Man.
again.
This
We
was
have to do it
awesome.
again. Millionaire
Guys,
mentality.
thank you for tuning in. Millionaire
Jake and Jack.
mentality.
The boys.
We'll definitely have to do it again.
do it again.
We're out. Peace.
Thank you.
It's fire.
Bro, that was all.